Oh no, I felt like uploading it. I just forgot. I'm very good at that. It should be somewhere. Oh, except Twitch logged me out, so that'll have to happen later. Pentiment. We are now Magdalene. As opposed to Andreas. Saint Satia's shrine. Martha especially likes to leave offerings for her. Martha? Oh, interesting. I forgot I could do this. Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year. Agnes. The waterfall is always so beautiful. I'm just gonna wander around as Magdalene for a little bit. See what she thinks of things. The old salt mines. No one's minded tassing for ages. I can't believe how quickly the leaves changed this year. It's nice to see the green this time of year. Horehound is one of the few plants that grows year-round here. What's up, Smokey? Oh, and Voxlav's back. Nice to see you. Yeah, okay. Hello, Magdalene. Was this the little girl who stole your hat? No, this was the daughter of the printer. Who I bought that book for. Hello, Magdalene. Kreutzer House. Well, the inn's still there. The abbey, of course, burned down. Ott said Dad was looking for me. I need to grab the mural plans from the workshop as his house and then head to the rat house. See how the mill's doing. Andreas! Oh my goodness, somebody named their kid after... Oh, Sube. Hello. You could call me Magdalene, Andreas. Magdalene. Magda works too. Magda. There you go. What are you up to today? Drawing? Anything interesting? No. Secrets. Oh, I see. I'll leave you to it then. Secret drawings, huh? The Mueller house. I think this is the little girl who stole my hat. And this was Lenhart's wife. And then this is a little Beppy, who now has Andreas's old hat. Magleen. Hello, Ulrika. Hello. What are you doing? Watching. Very well. Keep up the good work. Work! Just like Mom. I will work now. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene. Hi, everybody. I don't think it'll be that controversial, but I'm glad that Lenhart's dead. Fuck that guy. Snow is creeping down the mountains. Winter will be here soon. Looks like the guest house is falling into disrepair. The Abbott house also in disrepair. This place is not looking so hot. But the shrine's still cool. Let's go with the shrine. And the hand is back. The hand of St. Moritz. The poor Clares take care of it now that the Benedictines are gone. Order of contemplative nuns founded by Saints Clare and Francis of Assisi. As the name suggests, the poor Clares are devoted to extreme poverty. They subsist purely on donation of alms. I did not know that. God bless you, Magdalene. Oh, son of Mousefunger. And it's Mousefunger's son of Mousefunger's son. Son of Mousefunger. Margaret? Hello, Margaret. It's Magdalene. Oh, Magdalene. God bless you. You don't normally come to the convent alone. What brings you here? Not that you're not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors. I had some spare time and thought I would say hello. Oh, well, hello. Haha. It's good to hear your voice, though. I enjoy it when outsiders visit the convent. It is good to hear your voice. I don't wonder why that's emphasized. Do you miss the outside world much, sister? Yes, sometimes. I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. Well, what happened to them? She'd never admit it, but Sister Lisbeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could. Why stay then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Curacao? Huh, truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Curacao is my home. I didn't like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Learning the convent's ins and outs were hard enough. I never went outside the convent much anyway. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. Sister Gertrude had already planned to stay too. The garden always needs tending, and 2 hands make light work. Besides, I can't leave Mousefunger behind. Of course, she truly is Queen of Curacao. Has the convent changed very much since the poor Clares arrived? Yes, the food is simpler and some of the prayers are different, but all the chores and gardening is the same. Oh, so it's just literally a totally different sect of nuns that have just kind of taken over the convent. Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs. Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores. Of course, sister. Apologies for interrupting. Not at all, Magdalene. God bless you. Oh, so I guess Illuminata fully just left. Like she was just part of the Benedictine monks. God bless you, Magdalene. The old statue of St. Moritz had seen better days. I love watching the violets bloom every year. They match the purple of the mountains. I should try making ink from their flowers sometime. So she actually does have traits because of the book I gave her. Magdalene is an avid reader and possesses a strong academic understanding of bookmaking, organization, and preservation techniques. So I was able to choose what she started with by the book that I gave her as the other character. That's kind of interesting. Hi. Hi, Killian. I see that Landsknecht is no longer here. Magdalene. So this place doesn't seem to be doing so bad, despite everything. Check out the church. What do we got in the church? Off to stab some other unarmed peasants elsewhere? You better believe it. Mary, Mother of Jesus. Her painting has been here as long as I can remember. I can't believe I was never able to talk to Martin about him not being Martin. Besides that one time. And I was like, okay, well, I know you're not Martin. And he's just like, I don't like you enough. Hello, Magdalene. Magdalene. Oh, a scarecrow. What the fuck? Ruzika house. Oh, this is one of the monks. He decided to stay behind. God bless you, Magdalene. And one of the nun that he was like fraternizing with. Well, I'm glad you guys can fuck in peace now. Good for you. Hi, level 1 cleric. Welcome to the stream. Petty's looking the same as always. Hello, Magdalene. Hey, Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Hans. Did you need something? Croft hasn't bothered you again, has he? Or gotten into some other trouble? No, he's been fine, mostly. Good. That boy's a thorn in my boot. He's lazy, arrogant, doesn't care for his family. He'll bring shame to the Bauer name one day. I avoid sticking my nose into people's affairs, but Martin... Anyway, didn't mean to complain. Until later, Magdalene. Until then. I can just go into the Gertner house. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene. I can just go upstairs, huh? Well, 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 indeed. Indeed, well, well, well. Well, I hope their daughter lived. Because she was kind of coughing up the storm the last time I was here. Morning, Magdalene. Good morning, Mistress Druckerin. Damn, so they drank enough mare piss at last, I see. Yeah, and she became blonde. And younger. Also, I encouraged Endress to go and find his love, and he did. Good for him. Artemis. Sick name. Hello, Magdalene. Fruitzer house. I bet she can double jump now, too. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene. Hi, Magda. Hello, Christina. What are you doing today? Helping Mom. Otz is right. You're really pretty. Oh, thank you, Christina. You're really pretty, too. Don't tell, it's a secret. I definitely won't. I'll keep it secret. I literally don't care what Otz thinks. Did you ever kill that horse you hate in Limbus? No, the horse is keeping me from launching Limbus, and let that be a lesson to Type Moon. To stop putting fucking absolute garbage in my way during story modes. If you're gonna put a dumb as fuck boss in the way, what does Type Moon have to do with it? Wait, no, not Type Moon. What are they? Why fake catching strays? Well, because I also stopped playing Fago because of the shitty bosses. Project Moon, yes. Project Moon. But also Type Moon. Fuck them too. Hey again, Max. Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. And what are you doing out here? Don't you have better things to do? You're missing Peem in Canto 9. I know, and it's their fault. What business is that of yours? Not me. All my work's done, Max. What do you care? It's not like you've got important work to do. Let's see. Tinkers, domestics, bookkeeping. I'm gonna go with tinkering. I keep the press running for my dad, and I work with Baltus on his inventions. That seems a little more important than standing around in the commons in the middle of the day. Tsukihime browser version stream when? Baltus's inventions are stupid. Doesn't seem like something a girl should be involved with, if you ask me. Right. No one did. Calm down, Mags. You're gonna get a reputation. Too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation. Stinging, countering, and otherwise deflating people. She's a flirt. She's a strong negotiator, and she's a snoop. Oh, fuck. These are all so good. I won't pick flirt because it's going to be like you flirt with men. And I'm going to avoid that as much as I possibly can. Yeah, I'm a snoop. I'm a snoop. Someone needs to keep an eye on the creeps in this town, Craft. Otherwise, who would know you hide behind the Gertner's chicken coop and spy on Artemis while she's washing? What? No, I wasn't. That wasn't me. Huh? Is that true? No. Oh my god. But you're Kate. I love men in the romantic sense. Look, if one of those was just like Cherchez la femme, I would be in there. It's just like your Magdalene, your reputation is that you fuck women. All right, we got it. Lay off. Did you get those things your dad wanted? Oh, that's right. No, not yet. Hopefully I can just drop them off and start my reading for the day. Reading? What book is so important that you need to get back to it? Polyglot Volksbücher, Reformation. So, she can speak a little of a lot of languages, but she can speak Italian. She is familiar with almost any popular book. Honestly, I have to go Volksbücher because I just love having random trivia on hand. Melusine. Esther sent it to me from Prague. Is that about the snake woman who takes off all her clothes? Sort of, but no, not really. Or at all. Ooh, does it have any pictures? Right, I want to see. Calm down, I'm not showing you lecherous dogs anything. Those titties are for me alone. I thought you read all kinds of old books. Well, I think it's worth preserving any of the manuscripts we come across. It's a shame what happened to the library at Kirsau. We lost centuries in one night. If we could keep some of the past alive, we should. Sounds like a lot of work. Right, no thanks. Haha. Alright, I can fucking hydrate. And I am unshrimped. I'm not even shrimping right now. Wait. Alex, aren't you supposed to be at the Rathaus too? You're on the council. Sure, but it's pointless without your dad's plans. Hurry up and get them. I'll see you there. We lost gallons of knowledge in one night. His name is Apollo. I assume... Yeah, so somebody named their male and female children Apollo and Artemis, which, like, easy shit. Got nachos and a Smirnoff Ice. Now that's a real streaming meal right there. Dad always bought anise cakes from Gret to help soothe my stomach when I was ill. They better be twins. Hi, Agnes. Good morning, Magdalene. I should go get that shit, I suppose. The Rathaus mural sketches. I think this is what my dad wants. I think these are all of the plans. What is this part of the plans? There it is! Stop. Huh. Someone leave this here? Who visited recently? Well, whatever. I'll bring it just in case. Alright, I better get these over to Rathaus. Bless you, Magdalene. This is a nice place. Good day, Mistress Druckerin. Rathaus is the biggest building in Tassing. Beltus's clock took ages to build in place. Nobody here. Let's see if Baltus is home. Who the fuck is this? Nausea? Nauseau? Ciao, Magdalene. Baltus's workshop. I wonder if we can do another lesson soon. Magdalene! Magdalene! Yes? The cinnamon I added to the beer is perfect! Cinnamon? Doesn't that come from Ceylon? Ugh, yes, at great cost. Oh, never mind that. Finally working in town again, so you get home before 7 p.m.? Well, that's nice. The copper pots you helped me pipe are part of the process. Huh. It's for the Christmas celebration. Oh, I suppose you don't have much time left. Quite right. The wheel of time stops for no man. But it's going to be wonderful. Cinnamon, coffee from Ethiopia, cacao from the New World. Gesù Cristo, accia denaro face tutto. Oh, I guess I can, I guess she does understand Italian. Jesus Christ, he who has the money can do everything. Problem? Of course not, it's your money. It's your money. Anyway, I'm quite excited about it. Clearly. As such, alchemy is not normally my strong suit. And for all of Ignazio's complaints about the cost, the base rye we're using is free. Really? Yes! The farmers had so much rye this year, they just couldn't use it all. Fred made as much bread with it as she could, but she wound up having to throw a lot out. Those lead pipes you helped install with the trick really brings out the flavor of the cinnamon. I also feel, like, enraged, like I want to start killing people for some reason. So why not make beer? Yes, why not? Thank you. It's like, you know, if you got copper piping and all this extra shit for free. I don't understand how we're still arguing about this. These murals should depict the truth, what we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas means that the truth is not so easily agreed upon. I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just wanted to look nice and show what happened. Oh, Big Jorg. Your poor eye. Make the murals a cat? I will do my best. Magdalene, thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed where talking has failed. I'm done arguing with them. I'll see you at home with for supper. That is also some sort of girl. See, there's an idea. It should just be me laying across the wall. Mausfanger mural. See, there. Now we're talking. The Queen of Kirsau, Mausfanger. It's alright, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. I didn't realize we had upset him so much. Sounds like things got worse after I left. Well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours. For all the good it did us, he hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress? Magdalene, could you speak to your father? Help him see things from our point of view? Father Thomas, I don't even know what you're all arguing about. What is your point of view? Klaus has strong, very strong opinions on how the history of Tassing of Kiersau Abbey should be portrayed. And those portrayals may upset some of our neighbors. Isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorialized on a wall? You keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely. Well, what do you think, York? I know I'm not the smartest man in this room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. It doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him, what happened to Otto. Look, you all knew my dad. I never had the chance. I think we should paint two trucks having sex. Do you think they should have nuts? Do you think it should have truck nuts or no? I don't want to make the people in this town angry. I don't want to make our Lord angry. None of us do, but maybe there's a way to tell the story in a way that's true without upsetting anyone. So, it's all very complicated, you see, Magdalene. Try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's a little less inflammatory. Do you want Truck Yuri or Truck Yowie? Truck Yuri, but nuts do not, like, prevent that from being Yuri. Saw truck nuts that were wire nuts yesterday. I don't think it's as complicated as you all think. We need to come to an agreement or call off the mural entirely. He's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalene. Your father will listen to you. Fine, but only so he can paint it, not on account of your bickering like children. Now I'm going to go back home. This mess has taken up too much of my day already. Oh, because she's a tinkerer, so it's like a clock. Hell yeah. Magdalene. Thank you for bringing the drawings to the Wrath House. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared. They talk, then they talk and talk and talk. They talk all day and we're never any closer to a decision. Holy shit, this dude is still alive? Yeah. He doesn't have a hard job that'll kill him or maim him or whatever. Unless he sticks his hand in the printing press. I'm sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. Can you just start working on it? If they don't like it, they'll have to figure it out for themselves. I could, but the first payment requires the council's approval. Damn it, I don't even care about the money. Maybe you're right. To hell with them. I didn't realize you were so upset about it. We hear all these stories about what this place was, how it came to be. And it feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people. But 18 years ago, we lived through something, you and I. Everyone in Tassing. Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. You don't. No, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel with Esther. I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anyway. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas and all of the others. So no leadership of the proletariat, I guess. Yeah, we're a little early for that. We're still trying to deal with, like, living under a lord and, like, in the Roman Empire. So. And we lived. Dad, everyone says that it wouldn't have made any difference. If you and others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Or maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. But we'll never know. Is that what this is about, this mural? It's a chance to put something down in a place where everyone can see. If people start to forget, this will remind them. We were here. This happened. There's no way this is still the Roman Empire. It's an empire. I can't remember which one it is. Let's actually... I guess I can't check it right now. You're right, Dad. I wish that the men in the Wrath House saw me in the way that you do. They'll come around. I hope so. All the arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early. Alright, I'm going to stay up for a bit and write a letter to Esther. Good. Please say hello to her from me. It's the Holy Roman Empire, so you know the fake one. And her parents. I know, Dad. Good night, Magdalene. I love you. I love you, too. All this running around has left me tired, too. It'd be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while. Alright, where to begin? Ah, I should write to Esther. Dearest Esther, I hope you and your family are well. Dad sends his regards to your parents, like usual. An empire can be a part of Germany and North Italy. Well, that's definitely what this empire is. I've spent the last few days collecting oak galls with Sister Gertrude. I don't suppose you'd have the chance to do that in Prague. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into a smooth ink. It's difficult work, but you'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Be sure to store it out of sunlight or else the color will change. Oh, did I mention? Dad started a new project. He's painting a mural of Tassing's history in our new Wrath House to memorialize the revolt. The whole thing has me thinking about my own family history, past, present, and future. The printing shop has been in the... I think she probably wants to keep printing. Grinding rats into a fine ink. Yeah. The printing shop has been in the family for years. I'm looking forward to taking it over. Of course, Dad will keep running it until he can't pull the levers anymore, but I'll take over sooner or later. If I inherit the shop, I won't have to get married either. There it is! Christ, you would not believe how annoying Otz is. I think his mom is under the impression he's been courting me. Can you imagine? And yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I will come to visit you in Prague. I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the Wrath House mural, so I've taken over the workshop. I'm sure it will be a sight to behold once it's finished. Write back to me soon. All my love. Magda. Well, yeah, she's writing her girlfriend. Of course, she doesn't want to get married to these village freaks. See, now we're talking. Do I bring this somewhere? Should get some rest. Okay, it's just sleepy time, I suppose. It's late. I should get some rest soon. Hit ye old gritty and go to bed. Ah! Dad? Dad? Magdalene? Dad! Hang on, I'm coming. Oh my fucking god! Dad! Magdalene. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding. Someone came into the house. They hit me over the head. I'll go get Dr. Stoltz. Try not to move, Dad. Magdalene's not safe. Whoever attacked me. This wound is too deep for me to take care of on my own. We need Dr. Stoltz. Magdalene, be careful. I will. I'll be right back, I promise. We're killing the whole town now. Transition to Doom 64. Do you know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus? No, maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press? Come on, Jorg, you saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something. A burglar? In Tassing? That's preposterous. Well, if it wasn't an attack, what was it? Enough! It was a deliberate blow to the head, unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. No? Of course not. No? As I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. Oh my god, has this guy been the murderer the whole time? This motherfucker? Like, this is the guy pulling the strings? It's a great... You would never expect a doctor to have good handwriting, but it's possible. It's a grave injury. Magdalene, you need to help take care of your father. Obviously. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed. No, it has to be done. This is too important. Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can't we just wait? Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't even been able to agree on what the mural should be. Indeed. Might be best to abandon the entire idea. With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on this council. Yes, just offering an opinion. I can paint the mural. What? Mags, quit joking around. Well, I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? I'm older than Otz, and he's on the town council, and he doesn't even do anything. Fuck this guy. I'm old enough to run the print shop by myself, and Dad trusts me to illustrate the books. Isn't that enough? Painting a mural is this large and complicated will take a lot of skill and expertise. Well, Paul, you're an artist. You should help. So that's why we're having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene, not a mural. What's that supposed to mean? Well, are you sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean. It's quite demanding. We'd be up on scaffolding and could fall. What would any of you know about it? Dad and I are the only people here who have done this work. I can do it, Dad. If you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, to hell with the lot of you. Klaus! If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again. Alright, I say we let her. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Very well. Alright, Magdalene, you can do it. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, alright? Fine, but I'm taking Dad's ideas into account. Well, we'll figure it out. Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, Jorg. Magdalene, just a moment. Yes, what is it? Your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading. I know the injury is severe, Werner. I saw all the blood. Magdalene, there is damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left, but he's not going to survive. Can we take him to see a surgeon? No, he can't be moved in this condition. In fact, he shouldn't move at all. Even if he could, I don't think the finest Italian surgeons would know how to deal with trauma like this. So he's just going to die? And there's nothing I can do about it? You can make him comfortable and you can enjoy the time you have left. But time will run out before long. It's like, are you sure you want to paint this? We didn't agree on it. It's like, Dad's dying. It's like, well, we should still talk. Dad's dying. I can do whatever we're on. Dad's dying. Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. But I don't know how much time he has left. Werner said it could be a few months or... God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of Tassing from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest parts of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the Abbey and Tassing's saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history, depicting the revolt as important to Dad. People in Tassing might know some of the Hound's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Kearsau had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information. I should write to her now while I'm thinking about it. Alright, where to begin? Dad told me the last prioress at Kearsau knew something about the old history of Tassing. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna. Mother Illuminata? Yes, at St. Margherita. I should write to her. Mother Illuminata, abbess of Santa Margherita, formerly librarian of Kearsau Abbey. My name is Magdalene Druckrin. I do not believe we ever met, as I was very young when you left Kearsau. Actually, maybe I'm the daughter of Klaus Drucker. I don't know if she's met him either, though. I think I should put forward that I'm a printer. She likes books. You were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I'm writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing Rathaus. It is going to tell the history of our community and of Kearsau as well. We have only legends and folklore, since of course all of Kearsau's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town, when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the Abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear of it. We would appreciate any help you could give us, and we hope you are well. My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the library and its books. God bless you. Magdalene. She's a nun. She'll probably appreciate the God bless you. If I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow. Head to bed and get as much rest as I can. What are you talking about? We're going to the Roman ruins. I literally can't leave. Never mind. Magdalene. Hey, Dad. How are you feeling? Can I get you anything? No, I'm fine. You go on. Alright, I'll come back and check on you later. Alright. Now we can sleep. Gotta make sure to check on Dad. These nachos fucking hit. They're so good. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you're enjoying your nachos. Hello? Did we skip like a half a month? Ah, Mistress Druckerin, I have a few letters here addressed to you. Take care now. Thank you, sir. Mother Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her response helped me paint the mural. Oh, there she is. Mistress Druckerin, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rows of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discuss Tassing's past, it's likely they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman Kreutzer, read about the history of the town. I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. I should also say that it's not true that all of Kiersau's books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas Mahler managed to save some from the flames. God rest his soul. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the survivor books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, the topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Kiersau, the murder of Baron Rothvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Histoire Tassier, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I had forgotten about it until now, because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now, because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of the Historia Tassier, shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Ferneck took it from the Baron after the murder. Ferneck had an interest in books of sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Nikolaus Haberle, the Baron's manservant, believed it may have been stolen by the town thief, Martin Bauer. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Well, he's definitely not alive, but there is someone pretending to be Martin that, traveled with Martin before he died, so maybe he's got something. Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing. If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up. As for no way they got murdered over a book. I mean, the prior of the abbey, the abbot, wanted the book in order to compare and contrast different translations and just like the contents of the book. So it is possible, especially because this person writes so well, like the thread puller. As for the history of the abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion. He is no longer a Benedictine, but uses his family name, Fausigny So. If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before snow covers Valais. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the Abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will toward anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margherita. And this is from Esther, of course. Oh, Esther wrote to me as well. My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell him they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Elisha has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. She sent him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room for you whenever you decide to make an appearance. And if you do take over the shop in Tassing, you'll have to make a visit to Prague for supplies. Who knows, maybe you'll meet someone here. I've made a good match, too. Before the expulsion, there was a handsome man at synagogue, Simond, who caught my eye. His father is a merchant, and he's a doctor. He went to the University of Pauda. Can you believe it? I'd quite like to marry him, if I can find him again. Anyway, I think you'd have even better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see it when it's finished. Blessings, Esther. I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. Hey, Dad. How are you feeling? When to kill yourself right now or at their wedding. It's like, fuck. I was supposed to marry Esther. Shit. Oh, Magdalene. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Are you sure? I can bring up something light, like milk or broth. No, I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to? I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans. Mother Illuminata, Magdalene. Mother Illuminata, Magdalene. Ugh, fine. Mother Illuminata. Bros can cuss, don't let him sleep. It's been days. Hit him on the head to wake him up. See, there's an idea. Young Crowdster has a memory of those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruin out in the fields. You might ask him about that. A pity that ill Peter passed. That Till Peter? Oh, oops. I think his granddaughter Ursula might have learned a thing or two from him. He always was quite keen on those things and made Clara nervous. Might talk to Smokey, too. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in these woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip. Girl, me too. He's always been kind to me when I chat with him. I'm certain he'll know something about the ruins. You may hear something worth your while, at any rate. But where's the bandit? What do you mean, the bandit? I'll go talk to him. But about what about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever's left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine and Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tassing, and it only makes sense to see what they left behind. Smokey and the bandit. Fuck, I clicked by accident. You always said that's what good artists do, Dad, whatever it is you said. Be careful, alright? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why York doesn't keep them in line. Always making trouble, those two. That's what that's what happens when you name your kids after pagan gods instead of saints, I guess. Teeps, why are you killing me? What's up? Why do you want to kill me? What's going on? Don't worry about me, Dad. I'll be careful. Good. I still need you to run the press for a little longer, after all. Don't forget the other chores while you're running around town, alright? We still have a household to run. I'll get to them, Dad. Good. I'd better get going if I want to do all of that today. I'll see you later, Dad. Not getting my wicked awesome reference. I don't even know what Smokey and the Bandit is. Good luck, Magdalene. Okay, so there's approximately 8 trillion things I need to look at. Alright. Let's go to Bower. Hey, unrelated, when are you and Holloway getting married? There are no plans as yet. Yo, Martin! You remember that book you stole, probably? Morning, Magdalene. How's Klaus? Enduring. Even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. What about an anniversary dinner? You just missed that. That's in December. I don't know what life would be without him. Klaus is a good man, Magdalene. Tassing is a better place thanks to him. He's one of the few in Tassing who hasn't been on my back all this time. heard a few whispers about your past. Care to elaborate? What is there to elaborate? It's all gossip. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved with what happened to Otto Zimmerman. I supported his cause. I've pulled my weight around here, tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Brigitte and Kraft. I've done enough backbreaking work for this family. Can't a man just have a goddamn rest? I believe you, Martin. You seem like you could use a respite. Damn right. Right, I've lost enough time to this as it is. Time for you to go. Can I... Wait, I almost forgot the reason I came to you. I'm trying to learn about the history of Tassing. I was told you could help. Me? What do I know about history? Mother Illuminata told me you borrowed a book of local history from Baron Rothvogel. Mother Illuminata? Oh, you mean one of the old nuns from the convent. Sure, a book. I might have taken it back then. That was a lifetime ago. I can't remember the book or what I did with it. Those years are a blur. Probably threw it away somewhere or left it at home. Wouldn't have been much for me to do with the book. I can't read. Too unique for me to have sold, too. No one outside of Tassing cares about its history anyway. Maybe I should ask Brigitte if she remembers anything about it. Sure, couldn't hurt. It was decades ago, but she's the one who remembers shit. How did you steal from a noble and live to tell the tale? He was killed as I was leaving town. Luck, really. My God. You asked. Nobody had a reason to come look for me after that. Had to get down to the work of finding someone to pin the murder on. Probably for the best I left. God knows what would have happened to me if I'd stayed. I've heard you were also, well, a bandit for a while afterwards. Imperial law is traditionally unforgiving of robbers and thieves. I'm surprised you weren't executed. Did you just... What the fuck do you mean force-feeding you dishwasher lasagna? What the fuck does that mean? Why are you putting lasagna in the dishwasher? Soap and water goes in the dishwasher. Yeah, they're quick to bring out the noose. These alpine towns love a good execution. Again, probably lucky to have avoided it. Plenty of thieves and scoundrels to deal with, don't you think? I learned my lesson and came back home. That's what counts. Well, thank you for your time. If there's nothing else, I've got work to do. Until later, Martin. I'm not going to say that. That's mean. Until then, I'll show you after stream. Oh, okay. Hi, Brigitte. Magdalene, how are you keeping? I'm eager to continue work on the mural. I have so much to do before Christmas. I'm certain it will be the pride of Tassing when you're through. You've always had your mother's talent for art. And how's your dad? You're one of the only people who's asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. His mind is fading. I pray for him every night. As do I. God knows what your dad means to this town, and what you mean. In some ways, after the revolt, you became everyone's daughter. That's a sweet idea. I wish the council saw it the same way. Oh, they don't mean anything by it. They love you, Magda, but they're worried about pleasing the Lord. It's not fair to you, but it is what it is. I hope Dr. Stoltz is taking his responsibilities to your family seriously. On the bright side, once he kicks it, that printing shop is all yours. I mean, that's true, I guess. And I guess the girl that I would have left and gone to Prague for is straight. So, damn. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will pull your dad through, whatever the doctor says. We need him. I don't know what I'll do if he dies. I feel crazy even thinking about it. Should the worst come to pass, you'll not be alone, Magdalene. Believe me. It may feel like you are, but... Have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? Dad would want me to keep up the printing press. Straight breaking stream when. Wouldn't that be a sight? Are you sure you could handle it? It's a lot to manage on your own. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are any number of families in Tassing who will be happy to take you. You'll have someone in mind? You have someone in mind, don't you? I promise you I do not. Such a modest girl. Your dad raised you right. I mean Ot's, of course. He's about as subtle as his father, God rest Otto's soul. Ah, I miss him. I wish I'd got to meet him. Properly, I mean. He made an impression, that's for certain. Oh, the girls around town knew better than to moon after him, though that didn't stop some of us. He was Ava's from the start. As Ot's appears to be yours. Heh. Yeah, right. Okay. You can fuck off. But if nothing ever comes of that, you know you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. Yeah, he's into Artemis, and they were bathing naked together in the stream, so I feel like she's probably into him too. And also, I'm not interested in men. I'm not sure we're a good match. Not every marriage starts off on solid footing, but if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Believe me. Maybe I'll never get married. Without a husband and children, who will care for you when you're old? Oh, I'll probably die in a random accident, like most people in this town seem to. The Lord made us from Adam's rib because he meant us to be a part of men. You would be lonely to never know that fullness of purpose. That's no life for someone like you. You're not the first person to tell me so. That is because your elders are wise, Magda. Trust in our love for you and in the Lord's purpose. How about you trust in these nuts? How about you trust in me becoming a nun and then, like, having crazy nun sex? How about that? In any case, I should get back to the chores. Remember what I said? Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Oh, before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Martin was supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. Do you know what happened to it? Oh. I hope this doesn't get me into any trouble, but I still have it hidden in a drawer. Martin left it behind when he ran off. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The baron was killed soon after, and there I was holding his stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get in any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it, though. I don't read well. Did you ever want to read it? Oh, I don't know. Who has time to read? There's always something on the farm that needs tending. I need to rake out the chicken coops and bed them down for winter. I need to reference it for the mural. But won't everyone wonder where you've got the ideas? I'll die like I lived ass to the sky and tell the Lord to kiss it. Literally living face down, ass up. And dying that way, too. I've been talking to people all over town. They'll think I got the ideas from them. Oh, alright. I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and turned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please, don't tell anyone I had this. Ah, Historia Tassiae. It's in Latin, which I don't read well. I'll puzzle over it in the evening. Thank you, Brigitte. You've been a big help. Of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigitte. Until later. Alright, book acquired. Historia Tassiae, yeah. Okay. Write to Matthew. Talk to Black Till. And talk to Smokey. And then go to the ruins. Fuck off, Otts. I don't give a shit. Why don't you piss off? Oh, hi, Andreas. Magdalene. True. Magdalene, dear. Good day, Magdalene. How is your father? He's doing better, I think. You have my prayers. You'll need them with Werner on the case. Hit him with a shining finger. Anna, do not speak ill of the good doctor. He's doing his best. He's a bitter, washed-up drunkard. Everyone knows it. We all have eyes. Yet we ought to trust and believe in him. It may inspire him to be better. Hasn't he had enough time to become better? We're all always growing and becoming more as people, Magdalene. Tell that to whoever he gets killed with his incompetence. No matter. I'm just glad to be sitting down for a moment. I'm so tired. Andreas and Ulrika can wear down even the most vigorous person. Not even young Otz could keep up with these two. The blessing and the curse of small children. Mom! Ulrika, she alright? Oh, yes. She wanted to run off and hide so I could find her, after I've caught my breath for a moment. I don't think she appreciates me taking this long. You're not playing along, Andreas? Hiding like your sister? No. This young man won't lose sight of his mom. Say, Magdalene, could you perhaps go and find Ulrika in my stead? Of course, I'd be delighted. You should read Girls Who Get It. I've never heard of that. But sure, why not? Girls Who Get It. Wonderful. She's somewhere in town, although I'm not sure where by now. She ran up the street toward the bakery. I imagine you can find her by the giggling. I'll be off then. Hello, Magdalene. How's Klaus? Rezi and I are worried. Alive, and that's what matters. Did you discover who attacked him? No, whoever it was, they left no sign. It's a manga talking about girls talking about cool shit they like about Gundam. That's kind of sick. A terrible crime. Terrible. May God look after you both. We've had enough tragedy in this town. Has Gertrude been by to see him? I trust her over that doctor. He's not reliable. He's the most bitter man I've ever met. And he only ever gets worse as the years go on. He used to talk about how he was too good for Tassing, destined for greater things. Still here, though. Why is he on the council? Whatever his faults, he's still an educated man. That counts for something, I guess. You should be on the council, not him. They asked me. Turned him down. I like what I do. I'm good at it. Don't need much else than that. Except for Rezi, of course. But I shouldn't gossip. If there's anything Rezi and I can do for you, let us know. I will. Thank you for your kindness, Endress. It's nothing. I owe your father more than I can say. Take care, Magdalene. Hi, Rezi. Hello, Mistress Druckrin. How's Klaus? Enders and I have been terribly worried. Dad's spirits are high, but he still gets headaches and spells of dizziness. If there's anything we can help you with, let us know. Enders is always ready to provide. He and Klaus have been friends for a long time. I've heard tales of Enders coming to find you in Innsbruck. How'd that even happen? The twists of Providence are sudden and unpredictable. I was but a young girl selling all manner of wares in the market, pots and the like. One day this man appears to the stall and jitters and nerves, stammering over his words, but charming, in a way. We spoke at length. I was intrigued and soon enamored, as if a candle had been lit. Endress is a man of talent and means, after all, blessed with a kind soul. You have any regrets coming here? No. It hasn't always been easy, of course, but if something feels so right in your heart, then you have to follow. And it felt so very right for you. Frightening, too, to be sure, having to leave my home, my friends, and my family behind. But it was exciting as well, going off to find new opportunities and build a new life. There wasn't much I had to look forward to in Innsbruck. Few prospects for a poor girl. Couldn't see myself sitting in the market, continuing to sell odds and ends. Sometimes there are risks we just have to take. That's very inspiring, Rezi. I'm glad you found happiness here. We all struggle in this world, but the moments of joy outweigh the bad. It's how God has set the world, His benevolence guiding us through it all. I feel I've been blessed, and it's not been all that bad for Endress either. I assist him with the bookkeeping side of the smithy and other things. Thank you for telling me about your past. It's nothing, Magdalene. I hope it's provided you with some encouragement. Don't forget you are an important as well, and deserve to live your life. Alright, I have to assist Endress with a few things. Be well, Magdalene. Until later, Therese. There she is. Aha! There you are. You found me. Bet you can't find me again, Mag. Where the hell are you going? You're walking so slowly. Whatever. Hey, Magdalene. Is she in here? Nope. Hi, Gret. Magdalene, darling. Good morning, Gret. Smells heavenly in here. Oh, I've just finished rolling out some raisin bread. I thought the Andreas and Ulrika could use a treat today. Oh, what a sweet idea. I had some spare time today, and I like to stay busy. The soul of the diligent shall be made rich after all. Besides, I like to drop in on Anna and see my grandchildren. I'm more blessed than I ever imagined I would be. Paul and Anna make such a lovely pair. Ulrich wouldn't believe his eyes if he saw us now. Wish he could see his grandchildren. I did always think it was strange that your daughter married the son of the man who killed your husband. That's a great one. You should definitely say that. That's such an awesome thing for you to say. I'm sure she would really appreciate it. Fucking Jesus Christ. Look, Paul fucking hated his dad, and rightly so. It doesn't matter. I'm sure he's rejoicing with all the saints in heaven. I do hope so. He was never much for emotional displays, but I still remember his joy when Anna was born. You know, I was angry when Anna first took a liking to young Paul. He was always a quiet boy, but I was afraid... Shut the fuck up. Sexist muffler. What the fuck was that first? Sexist muffler PC Marnwigzaz. It's like, really, you should be banned on my stream for being sexist in the first place. But, like, also being a muffler PC and Marnwigzaz? Fuck off. He was always a quiet boy, but I was afraid he'd turn out like his father. Well, I needn't have worried. Paul is a good man and a good father. He's built this town back up from what it was. And Elsie dotes on those children more than I do. She's certainly come a long way from the meek woman I met. Well, I think not having to live with Lenhart helps. Well, though I wouldn't phrase it as such, I agree with you. She is twice the woman she was with him. I didn't even read their message. I literally banned the username alone. The vibes are rances. What did it say? They were literally trying to sell viewers. Like, that was just a selling viewers bot. Oh, it's just a bot, yeah. The Lord provides miracles to us all, even if they're births from tragedy. I've been chatting too long. My does need tending. Please excuse me, Magdalene. Of course, Gret, until later. Anyway, Ulrika's lost forever. She probably crawled in somewhere and died. Like a hamster. Good morning, Magdalene. Brisk weather today, isn't it? And still Kraft is out there working with Father Thomas to repair the church. I worry about that boy sometimes. He works the stone, but I'm not always sure he has his mind set on it. Masonry is a good trade. Everyone needs a stonemason now and then to repair things. That they do. Lucky always harped on about how being honest and trustworthy is the most valuable currency. You want to know the worst thing I've heard is? Like, the worst thing about what? Because this could be horrendous. How in this life hard work and reputation matter the most. Croft has taken that to heart, I think. He does a lot of good for the town. I've offered to find an apprenticeship for him, but he won't make his damn mind up. He deserves a chance at the life he wants. He's lived in his father's shadow for too long. The 6-7 meme spread to Japan. There is a non-zero chance it might show up in an anime now. I mean, that's not worse. Like, it's a dumb joke, but, like, there's plenty of dumb jokes. He's a good man, Agnes. You should be proud. Thank you, Magdalene. I've done my best for my household, despite what's happened in the past few decades. Ah, well, you didn't come here to hear me ramble on about my family. What can I do for you? I thought you might have some additional remedies for my father. Werner's not enough. I understand Klaus's condition is dire, but I thought Werner would be able to provide something. I know it won't save him, but I still want to try everything I can. Every little bit helps, I understand. Let me see what I can whip up. I can't promise anything, but God willing, I pray to provide some small help. Thank you, Agnes. Of course, Magdalene. Take care. Alright, where's that kid? I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna locate her. Hey, Carl. Good day, Mistress Druckrin. She's in the well. Well, then, really, it's just like, it's just like natural selection, I guess. If she decided, oh, there she is. If she decided to jump in the well. Got you. Aw, you found me again. Wait here. I will find better spot. No, wait, you're not supposed to hide again. Okay, bye, I guess. She's just like she goes further and further until she's like in the burnt out wreckage of the fucking like, of the church. Of the abbey, rather. Hello, Magdalene. Naziu. Ciao, Magdalene. Let's see. And there with a full sprint lariat next time so she can't hide again. That might just work. I don't even know where Blacktail lives. It's like you weren't supposed to find her 2 times. Finding her that quickly means she's just gonna hide somewhere impossible. And she's never gonna come out. And she's gonna, like, starve in the walls. Otz, what the fuck are you doing here? Hey, Max. Got your way with the mural, huh? I didn't expect you to convince the council like that. I can be pretty stubborn when I want to, Otz. Clearly, I'm impressed. The rest of the council has been arguing over the matter for so long, even I couldn't get a word in. She hides and dies in the salt mine. We can add another little grave. Yay! Then you come in and shut them up in a few minutes. We could use more women like you in the town. There are plenty of opinionated women in the town. You wanted to let us join the council? Well, you'd have to take that up with the Lord. Besides, I don't think any of them are as hard-headed as you. You're the exception, Magdalene. You always are. Oh, you've forgotten about Agnes. She doesn't suffer fools gladly. That's not what I meant. She's not. Oh, never mind. Forget about it. Anyway, standing up to the council like that was great. I know I'm on the council, but sometimes it doesn't seem like I have any influence. Otz actually seems insecure about his place on the council. He may be an ass sometimes, but I don't like to see him so upset. Maybe I should reassure him. Maybe it's a good thing you waste all your time with Kraft and Apollo anyway. Fuck you, Otz. Quick, force fem him. They'll never see it coming. It looks like you do have a woman on the council, Lord. It was Otz the whole time. Actually, fuck this guy. Well, yeah. It's a really hard choice. He did vouch for me. I'll give him that. I'll throw him that bone. Only after your dad did. I still feel bad about that. I should have stuck up for you. Being the youngest one on the council has been harder than I thought. Force fem the Lord. D-cups really fell out of breastplate. That's what I'm saying. That shit doesn't move around so much. It'll work better. I know Balthus' Warner don't think I'm capable, and even Paul has warned me about being too rash. My dad died trying to make a difference in this town. All I'm trying to do is carry on his legacy, but it seems like the others won't make room for any change. Keep pushing, Otz. They're stuck in the past, but we're looking forward to the future of Tassing. Thanks, Mags. Magdalene. I'll take time, but maybe they'll listen to me. It'll take time, but maybe they'll listen to me eventually. Ah, well. Better get back to it. See you later, Mags. Fuck you, Otz. Bye. Let's see. Maybe I could check the church and Drucker's area. Have you guys seen, like, a tiny baby around here? There she is. You can't hide from me, little bean. You're too good, Mag. I will go find Mom now. Okay, sweet. Tiny little baby located. Every time I run by Otz, I just hold my hand out to slap him so everyone knows that I'm not into him. She is not here. Oh, there she is. Ah, there you are. Had enough of hiding, Ulrika? Yes. Magda found me so quick, she's a good finder. You gotta start calling that dude by his full first, middle, and last name so he realizes you don't fuck with him at all. You have a good sense for hiding, but to become better, you really have to commit to full cover. I feel like I shouldn't advise this girl how to better hide from her mom, but it's very funny. You weren't really hiding that well anyway. Fuck you, kid. You can't hide worth shit. I'm a way better hider. No one can escape me, little one. I'll hide better next time. I'm hungry now. We'll have to get you something to eat then, little dove. Pretzel? Oh, is that what a proper child eats? These chat options suck. Thank you for your time, Magdalene. Always glad to play with the children, but I really have to go now. I can't wait to see what you'll end up painting. You'll do us proud, I'm sure of that. I hope to. Until later. Alright, where the fuck does Blacktail live? Is he in here? Here he is. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Till. You have a moment. Of course, what do you need? Ox says you've been obsessed with your painting. I'm just looking into the early history of Tassing for the first part of the mural. Mother Illuminata said your grandfather read about the history of the town. Ah, fertile fields, that is. Seemed like old potsherds and Latin trivia were all he ever talked about. All of Granddad's reading came through the Abbey's library, though, and you know what happened there. Poof! Up in smoke. So you don't have any of his old books? Only a few. Granddad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell on hard times, but they were too expensive. But I can show you something better than books. There's nothing better than books. Don't keep me in suspense. I love that the last chat option was just like, look, if you want to really hide, you have to fully get behind cover. You can't just have your head poking out so that nobody can see you when you're eavesdropping on them. Don't keep me in suspense. Didn't your dad ever teach you patience? I'm trying to build up some anticipation here. Right, so we don't have any books on the little pagans, but we do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots and animals, bricks from what looks to be an old forge, mountains of salt. Even found a little bear carved from amber. Where'd you find all this stuff? Not just me, Carl finds things. Fabian, too. Any farmer would tell you the same. It's all out in the fields under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. Get a ghillie suit? Fuck yeah. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere, we just toss them into piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Sure, it's interesting, but we can't do much of anything with this stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. How do you think these people lived? Rough, I'd say, but comfortable. We don't find much of their clothes or their houses, so they must have rotted. Guess that would mean they were living in huts. But their tools were good quality. They weren't rusted all hell. I could probably use them today. I don't know why, but I assume they live in caves or in the muck. They weren't Christians, no doubt about that, but they weren't animals either. I'd say they had it hard, but they got by. Not so different from today, really. Earlier you mentioned something about salt. Did the pagans start the mine? Had to have, I'd say. Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why tasking was so important to the Romans in the first place. Salt. I'd always wondered why they'd settled in such a small alpine town. Do you think there's anything left of the pagans down there? I don't know. Better than anything they would... But anything they left would have to be better preserved than what we dig out of the fields. Magdalene, tell me you aren't thinking of going down there. I lie. I am definitely not thinking of going down there. What if there's stuff that could help me with the mural? Magdalene. The mine is hundreds of years old. You could break your neck just getting in there. Come on, you're just as curious as I am. Well, sure, but... Imagine how your dad would feel if you got hurt. I'm not lying to your father so you can put yourself in harm's way. Now, you're a clever girl, so I don't doubt you'll find a way in if you set your mind to it. But I can't help you, Magdalene. It'd break your father's heart if something happened to you. Fine, I understand. Good. This has been a big help. About to spread some knowledge around, important for folks to know their past. I can't believe me being excited to hear it was like a downside. Like, he was pissed off at me about that. You think all this pagan stuff will make it to in the mural? I can bring you some of the things the boys and I have found over to the rat house tomorrow, if that'd help at all. That would be great. I'm glad you're taking interest, Magdalene. Thought no one cared about the pagans but me and my granddad. Should warn you, if you do head into the forest, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict, worse now than they used to be. I'll be careful. Until tomorrow. Until then. Alright, so... Tasting's early history. Farmers and tasting all sorts of tools and fragments. By the Wrath House. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we want to talk to Smokey also, and then head into the salt mine. Oh, this is in the forest? Oh, Smokey! Good day, Mistress Druckred. I told you, Smokey. Call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you know anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. The mines? Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the Rathouse needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mine's the oldest part of Tassing. You keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a fair few stories about them and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner for Tassing. The one about Mars and Tassia, the nymph, was always my favorite, though I blame that on my youth. Tassia? Like Tassing? Mm-hmm. Folk named the town after a pagan god, Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene, but I warn you, it's a bit bawdy. Oh, count me curious. Ha! I won't be scandalizing you. Can't have your father hounding me for any coarseness. But I'll tell you the decent bits of what I remember. Everyone excludes me from the fun. You'll have your fun in time, Magdalene. You just wait and see. Can't wait to see this giant satanic mural she's gonna paint. Hell fucking yeah. Alright. So what's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he tramped through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. Why would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why should anything that the gods do make sense? These were the old days, when spirits and ghosts prowled. What do you mean, prowled? Ellie is here. Hi, Ellie! Hello, Ellie! Hello! Hi! Prowled, you know, like spirits and other evil things do. I can't just say they walked through the woods like you or me. They prowled. Alright, keep going. She said she went to the cat party and no one knew. I was working! So, Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in the spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. And in return, well, Tassia bathed a god. Ha! I get it. They bathed. I did warn you, Magdalene. When Mars left the pool, he dripped onto the ground and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. That might be tricky to paint on the mural. I'm not sure the council would approve. I doubt they would, but you're the artist, aren't you? You get to choose what the mural shows. I wouldn't let those old bastards keep you from painting what you want. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Because of how long it was a Roman colony? Paint a nymph getting dicked down mythic style. That and how much of the town is built upon the Roman foundations. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' day. At least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep into the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around the town and you'll start noticing things. We use their stone to build. Oldest temple by Satya's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Meow. Meow purr meow. Meow meow. Meow meow meow. Even the Abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman pavestones under the road if you look hard. No, meow better. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Water and straightening my spine out? What a treat. Ellie, perk the fuck up. What did you say? Nothing you have to worry about. Passing has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones. Too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go take a look at the mine. I'd get a better sense of what things were actually like. She literally hit me with some bombastic side-eye. Nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for your help. Good luck, Magdalene. Be safe. Hello. Is there something I can do for you? Knives need sharpening. I'm Magdalene Druckred. Are you a friend of Smokey's? I'd like to think so. I'm Voskalav. I'm a tinker. Travel around and help people out with sharpening knives, little things like that. Druckred, are you a printer's daughter? My father and I are both printers. Do you sample the wares much? As often as I can. Voskalav, don't. You're gonna get in trouble again. Trouble from me? No, not you, Mr. Druckred. This one can't help but talk to people about all the strange things he believes. He reads all sorts of books, talks to odd folks, gets his ideas brewing in his head. Now, that doesn't bother old Smokey none. Bothers some other people a whole lot. Doesn't bother me any. Well, if it doesn't bother you and it doesn't bother old Smokey, sounds like there's nothing to worry about. Fine, you get run out of here again, don't blame me. Again? Do I want to know what happened? A long time ago, I got into an argument with some people in town. They told Father Thomas. Did you know Jesus was actually an alien named Xenu? I knew Xenu. To his credit, he told them to let it go, but somehow an inquisitor found out. Anyway, I had to leave for a while. So, books? Strange ideas? Yes, the host, the Eucharist, the bread and wine, body and blood of Christ. Holy Communion? What about it? More and more people are writing about rejecting transubstantiation. The idea that the bread and wine of the Eucharist literally becomes the body and blood of Christ. Here we go. Yes. Well, there are two ways to look at it. The first is on the grounds that Wycliffe and his rejected it. Using our eyes, our senses, there's nothing perceptible that changes in the character of the bread and the wine. I suppose that's true. Good, but there's also a second point. Even if the bread and wine turned to Christ's body and blood, why is that necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh and attempting to reunite with the light of God through the Eucharist. The act, the observance, unites our will with that of Christ. God is present in us through the remembrance, not the physical act. So what does that matter? Are you saying we shouldn't take communion? No, there's nothing wrong with taking communion as a rite or act. But if you accept what I'm saying, there are other things I'd like to discuss. I'm not listening to any of this. Are you ready to hear why it's important to disbelieve in transubstantiation? Sure, why not? I'll admit I hope for some more enthusiasm regarding the fate of our souls, but alright. This all starts with Lucifer creating the world. Jesus Christ. God was the Word, and the Word means truth, was truth, and truth is light. The light is God's will. God's light contained aspects, for we consider angels facets of his infinite intellect. One of those aspects separated itself from his intellect and manifested in the darkness as the corrupt will, Lucifer. The darkness. To exist outside of the boundaries of an infinite light, the corrupt will brought into being an equally infinite darkness. Within that darkness, Lucifer cast his false light, a corrupted imitation of the divine intellect, to create the world. All material in our world is inherently a corrupted manifestation of that false light. We still have a connection to God through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing in our physical bodies. Was Jesus flawed by being a man even though he was born of a virgin? He was not born of a virgin. I'm not hearing any of this. And it would not matter if he were. Lucifer was a rebellious splinter of God's will. The Christ appeared when God willed his divine intellect into Jesus. But you said that our physical bodies were all corrupt. Yes, but while we are the heirs of Lucifer's rebellious intellect, Christ received wisdom from the light of God himself. He did truly die and was resurrected in body. But his reappearance was only important for him to convey the message of salvation to the people. In truth, resurrection is always happening, since if we die without grace, our souls are condemned to be reborn. This physical world is the only hell we know, living again and again the only torment. So, how do we escape it? Regular prayer, abstination from material desires, sublimation and elimination of want. So he's like talking about just some kind of weird Buddhism? That just sounds like being a monk. No, priests and monks are both corrupt agents of the business of the church. Dude has put like 7 different religions in a blender. They have taken the simplicity of holy devotion and profaned it with pageantry. The saints, too, all this talk of Moritz and Satya and miracles, they're just stories. The church has led people astray, put the hope of people in meaningless rituals, faith, and relics. You have some interesting ideas, Václav. I'm glad you think so. I've spent a lifetime thinking about them. Anyway, thank you for indulging me, Magdalene. Of course. Until later. Until then. I mean, that's what the fucking, like, the schism with Martin Luther was about, right? Oh, hey, Apollo. Hey, Magdalene. Hello, Apollo. What are you doing? Looking for frogs. Artemis said she saw one the other day and we're trying to collect a bunch. Frogs don't come out this time of year. How do you know? Artemis said she saw one. I read in a tale. Frogs come out with rain. We get rain in spring. Huh. Maybe that's why I only have one. What do you need frogs for? Like I'll tell you, you'll snitch. I didn't snitch when you ruined Baltus's new clock by pouring honey in the gears. Hey, how'd you know that was us? I'm clever too, you know. Besides, who else would it be? Come on, tell me. Sorry, Magdalene. I can't risk this one. Try asking Artemis. I am very happy to ask Artemis. Artemis, you down here? A pig out here? Must have broke out of its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. That is the excuse he gave, but the main thrust is they thought things should be even harder on people. Woman, that is a bore. That's all they had for pigs. There she is. Hey, Magdalene. Hey, Artemis. Apollo said you're catching frogs. Yeah, what about it? He told me to come ask you why. He wouldn't say anything. He didn't tell you? Christ, finally, he's learning to keep his mouth shut. Oh, come on, just tell me. No way, this is our biggest trick yet. We're not risking it to tell you. You'll just have to wait and see. Fucking son of a bitch! Tell me. I'll go into the salt mine and die. Do not test me. Plague of frogs upon you. I'm jumping into the salt mine. If you want to depict the mural as accurately as possible, I have to go down the shaft myself. The entrance is so steep, no one's used it in years. There must be some way to get down there. Aha! By tinkering. If I rigged a rope to the top beams, I'd be able to get down more easily. I saw some rope in the workshop at home. I should be able to find everything I need there. I'll have to come back later. Into the mines! If I'll jump straight down, killing myself instantly. That'll show him. Okay, so there's the pig. Key to salvation. Ours in the capture a bunch of frogs. I don't know what they plan to do with them. Tassing's early history. You know, Historia Tassiae. I'm gonna go ask to see if anybody's missing a pig. And then I'll stop at home. Hey, is anybody missing a pig? You guys missing a pig? 67 wild hogs tear through town. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. You guys missing a pig? Hello, Magdalene. How's the mural coming? I hear you browbeat the council into letting you do it yourself. They didn't have a chance against me once I'd set my mind to it. Ha! That's the spirit. It's good to see you standing strong against those stubborn bastards. God may have made man from dust, but I swear he left some of them with rocks for brains too. Did New York was by to check on my hinges. I've had about a bunch of their silly projects. That Zimmerman boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders, though. Once you're settled down with him, you'll have a good life ahead of you. Hots? I'm not going to marry him. I think I'd rather marry for love, Hetty. Are you so sure there are better prospects for you in this town? Don't tell me you'd prefer the Gertner boy. I'd rather leave Tassing and see what else is out there. Show me another town in the Empire with 2 local saints and our fresh alpine air. But you were always going to forge another path, just like your mother. I have no use for the world beyond Tassing, but I wish you luck in it. She's just gotta kill every man in the village. Look, if I just keep killing people, eventually nobody will try to set me up with their sons. You missing a pig? Hey, Magdalene. I heard what happened to your dad. How's he doing? Resting. He suffered a severe blow to the head. I'm worried, to say the least. Ann sends his regards. The Bauer household is praying for a swift recovery. Thank you, and thank Hans and Judah as well. I will. Klaus has always been such a bedrock of Tassing. I'd hate for him to die. It'd be sorry. It's fine. I fear it as well. It's best not to ignore one's fears. Do you miss your father? Your real one, I mean? Do I miss him? Kind of. I don't remember Joseph all that much. He's become a haze of sorts, a faint echo, a feeling, occasionally emotion. I was so young when he got killed. Mom said I had trouble understanding what had happened for a long time. I understand. My mom, she's like an empty hole in my life. I have nothing of her. Yeah, you never even got to see her, right? Not even a memory, huh? Suppose you have yourself for comparison. God molded you after her. I can imagine how she could have been like. Stubborn and unruly, yeah? I am not stubborn and unruly. If that's what it takes, I don't see people with wealth and power giving the rest of us much headway. Guess not, but we know what happened 18 years ago. I can understand why the town council is careful. I don't know. I'm not smart like you, Magdalene. Anyway, winter draws closer, so I got a lot of preparations to take care of. I truly hope Klaus recovers soon. God look after you both. Until later, Simon. Why would I raging demon this dude? Because he called me stubborn and unruly, which is just accurate. So what happened to that dude who studied law? Did he die? He ran into a burning library to save the books and then died. Hans, are you missing a pig? Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Hans. I hope your dad recovers quickly. He's a good man. Thank you. I'll tell him you said that. Good. This town has seen too many terrible things, but we were recovered before. Maybe the Lord will return your dad to health, too. We can't expect the Lord to do all the work. Perhaps there's something in one of my books. Don't spend so much time with your head in a book that you miss your dad's last days. Be glad you have this time with him, I say. Wish I could have had as much with Heilwig. Anyway, I should get back to it. Until later, Hans. Is anybody fucking missing a pig? You missing a pig? Magdalene. How are the hinges on your doors? Fine, I guess? Maybe Andrew should take a look at them. I would have asked your father, but, well... Anyway, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town leave their hinges to rust. Really, York, if you want an excuse to snoop in people's homes, just invite yourself over for supper. That's not... The council is looking after the town, but Paul would like to institute a yearly check of all homes in Tassing. What do you think of the idea, York? Well, it's not a bad thing, but I don't see why we need to make it official. Everyone in Tassing helps each other. As I see it, if someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. To do anything else would be unchristian. But if Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go along with it. Makes me feel useful, you know? Speaking of, I'd better get back to work. Nice to chat with you, Magda. See you later, York. Are you missing a pig? Okay, whatever. I don't see anybody missing a pig. Alright, stopping at the Druckers. Looking for rope. Check on Dad. Rope. That should be enough rope. With a sturdy knot, I can brace myself against the mine shaft on the way down. Make sure to go talk to Dad while I have the rope. So he's like, what the fuck is with that rope? And I'm just like, Lamau, I'm going into the mine. Hello, Magdalene. All this bitch thinks about is pork. There was a pig loose in the forest. It's somebody's pig. I'll see you later, idiots. You won't tell me about your frog plan? I have my rope to climb down, but this could take a while. Should I head in? I mean, I think I've talked to everybody. Time to institute advanced interrogation tactics. Who are you interrogating? She just spends all this time tying the rope and then just falls in and dies. Tie one up in front of the pig and make the other sibling watch them get eaten if they don't reveal the frog plan. Interesting how there's a lantern right here. There are a lot of different coins down here. How odd. It's not like this is a saint's well. Tablet, they're still writing on it. These tablets are usually used to keep track of accounts. They're easy to scrape clean and maintain. This wax looks beyond use, though. Oh, it's a poem. I think it's a love note. I would have chucked this shit down a mine shaft, too. Aw, that's cute. Oh, this looks like a larger version of some of Baltus's contraptions. This winch must have been attached to some sort of hauling and pulley system. Fascinating. Now that I'm down here, I should see what I can find from the Roman era and before. Oh, bones. They're far too big to be human. Piece of pottery. It's beautiful. Oh, these are cute. Oh, these must be the same kind of figurines Till and the other farmers find in the fields. To think that there are so many remnants of our ancestors scattered in fields and caves like this. Oh, another piece. Am I gonna reconstruct this pottery like it's fucking Ace Attorney? Infinite pottery glitch. Just go down into a mine shaft. There's a Latin inscription here. Make sure you tilt it to make the blue badger too, of course. Very important. A map. Oh, this looks like a Roman map of Tassing. I wonder what's changed. Let's see if I can map everything out. There's the aqueduct and the spring. The abbey was an old fort up on the hill, and there's the rest of the town. Oh, what's this building? I don't recognize it. Mithraeum. I don't know that word. I can't quite tell what it's meant to label on the map. Maybe some sort of temple? Well, whatever it is, it's not in Tassing now. That's so odd. Another inscription. It's not very formal. A worker must have carved it. There's that word again. Mithraeum. Must have been important to the Romans. I think I just made, like, warm chicken broth. Well, that shit is awesome. Almost looks like an altar. But what would an altar be doing in a salt mine? It's even carved out of the salt. Guy with a dagger and a torch. Interesting. Gotta get all the pottery shards. More Latin writing. Gotta collect them all, they say. Something, something, pottery monsters. I have a lot of these pottery pieces. I should find out if they're all from the same pot. Here we go! Puzzles moment. We got like a leg here. Can I rotate these? There we go. No, don't rotate. There we go. Here, maybe? No. Actually, maybe. But that definitely goes over here. There we go. It's either here or over here somewhere. Probably. No. This goes on the edge somewhere. Say right here for now. That attaches to this. Wait, there we go. Okay, that goes there. This goes here. No. This goes here. Like that, I think. That. Like this. Here, and then this goes somewhere else. Goes there. This goes here, and then this goes there. Got it! The figures on this potlet look like they're telling a story. These paintings must depict an early myth, even before the Romans. Let's see. That must be Perkta, and those must be forest spirits. Part of the wild hunt? Oh god, the next part looks like a human sacrifice. Someone, maybe a chieftain, is sacrificing a mare to Perkta. The bottom half of the lid continues the story. Looks like spirits. They must be coming in to feast on the sacrifice. This must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tassing safe. They offered sacrifices to Perkta. And to think that our ancestors made this, and I'm holding it now. Maybe this is what I could paint in the mural. I'll have to think more about it before I decide for certain. Alright, better keep going before I run out of oil in my lamp. Oh, a cave-in. The wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Was this collapse recent? I won't be able to go any further with all the rubble. I suppose this is as far as I can go. Still, the murals on the wall showed me what Tassing was like when the Romans were here. I wonder if I can find out where the Mithraeum was, or what it is. And putting the pottery shard back together showed one of the earliest stories of Tassing. I think I've seen everything I can down here. Time to climb back out before I run out of oil. Yeah. I wonder where the Mithraeum is. Oh, shit. Ah! Wait, who's that? Hello? Is someone there? I better come out of the shaft before another rock comes crashing down. I mean, the Mithraeum might be that... No, because that was the spring. That was over by the... No. The Mithraeum might be that, that thing that, Andreas found. Who was that? Why not just cut the rope? Well, I don't think they were stopping me. Even Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out of there. Well, now that I have more information, I can make some decisions on the first section of the mural. I should get back to the Wrath House and get to work. Well, I wanted to see about the Mithraeum. You. Yes? I'm Holler Bronk, the Lord's gamekeeper. Why are you grazing pigs in the woods? I'm the printer's daughter, Magdalene Druckrin. And that's also not my pig. I'm not, that's not my pig. I've been walking around this forest for hours. Other than the charcoal burner and the tinker, you're the only other person I've seen. If the pig doesn't belong to you, what are you doing here? I was in the salt mine? Doing what? Wait, I don't care. Just tell me whose pig this is. I don't know. The pig was in the woods when I came in here. Ah, a mysterious lost pig, who apparently belongs to no one. I suppose so. Oh my god! Okay, fair enough, I guess. If I find any more pigs in these woods, I'll kill them on the spot. And those who brought them here. You understand? Yes? Good. Remind your neighbors what happens when you break into the Lord's laws. Okay. Sure, man. I tried to get the pig out of here. Nobody wanted it. I knew the Lord's men patrolled these woods, but I've never seen one before. I didn't realize they were so strict. Suppose I should consider myself lucky. Anyway, time to get out of these woods and back to work at the Wrath House. Yeah, whoever's pig that was, I tried to mention it to you, but you apparently did not care. Well, these people were here. Hey, Apollo. Hey, Magdalene. Does Artemis want to tell me about the frog plan yet? She does not. Piss. I want to see if I could try to head over there. Nope, no dice. I guess we're just going to the Wrath House. Work on mural. Hey, Mags. How's the mural coming along? For Christ's sake, odds. Magdalene. Can't you let it go? Mags is so much easier. No, Otto Zimmerman. I can't. Ugh, don't call me. Fine. Anyway. Magdalene. How's the mural going? It doesn't look like much yet. Do you know the difference between egg tempera and oil paint? Well, of course it doesn't look like... Well, no work of art appears significant at the start. You think Michelangelo was born a great sculptor. I only just finished priming the wall. Now I have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of Tassing when it happened so long ago. Since the Abbey Library burned, I can only rely on stories from the people around Tassing. Even what I could find out about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least now I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So, what is it? Pottery and tools is a good idea. I'm not doing this. And I don't think I should... I'm trying to decide if I should do the pottery and tools or the depiction of Pekta. Because I think that the pottery and tools will show something that is more relatable to the people who live now rather than, like, just a different myth. I think I'm going to use the pottery and tools. I think that's kind of what I'm going to go with. I'm sure Father Thomas will approve, but I don't know. Just sounds kind of boring. So what made you choose this story, anyway? It has the strongest connection to our farmers. Things that they have found. It's the most real. That makes a lot of sense. Other stories might feel like they don't really have anything to do with us. Thanks for explaining it. Of course, I want you all to understand why I'm making these choices. Well, now I've figured out a portion of the mural out, I better start thinking about the next section. I'll leave you to it, Mags. Magdalene? Good night, Oz. Good night, Magdalene. Guess he's a well-meaning idiot. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Now that I've decided how to depict Tassing's earliest history, I should decide how to paint Kearsau's history. Whether Illuminata's letter mentioned a Matthew Fogny So, that used to be a... Faucigny So, that used to be a brother in Kearsau. She said he knew a great deal about the Abbey's history. I should write to him and ask him what he remembers. Oh, I have Esther's letter to answer, too. I should write them both now before bed. Oh, before I write, I should read that old book Brigitte gave me. Maybe I'll learn something pertinent for the murals. Check on Dad real quick. Hi, Dad, what's up? Hello, Magdalene. Yeah, hi. So do I just read at my desk, or do I read somewhere else? Bonking me? Bonking me on my little head? Alright, where to begin? Right, the old book. It was the Baron's before Martin stole it. Quick, someone get him again. No, he'll never get to see the mural. You keep beating his head in. He'll never have the chance. I can't make much out of it. The Latin is much harder than I'm used to. The book isn't in great shape either, since it's been sitting in a farmer's house for so long. Still, it matches the type of bookbinding I've seen in other German printers. It's not that old. Let's see. Oh, here's a section about the various dedications erected in the town. That might be easier to read. Ergo simulacrum in agre ut Mars nostrum operum conspiciat. One seems to be a dedication of Mars to bless a field. Sedit Diana loco Caturgenosis ipsa. This one talks about Diana wetting herself, bathing in a spring, maybe? Oremus ut defendat oppidum. Oh, this one isn't as hard. Let us pray so that he or she, really, may defend the town. None of this really makes any sense. Maybe someone better Latin than me could help reading it. This book is so big, though, it'd be a lot of work. I could ask Sister Gertrude or Baltus to help. Werner, too. He's much better at Latin than anyone else in town. Maybe even Father Thomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. Chances are slim they could help, but it might be worth asking about. I should finish writing my letters first. Mother Illuminata told me Matthew knew some of the Abbey's early history. He's the Archdeacon of Sion now. Or Sion now. I should write to him before the snows come. I'll write to Esther, too. Most revered Matthew Fogny-So, Archdeacon of Sion. My name is Magdalene Druckrin. I'm the daughter of Tassing's town printer, Klaus. My father and I are creating a mural for Tassing's Rathaus. We want to show the history of the town and the abbey. I heard that you were the sacristan at Kiersau and knew a great deal about the abbey's early history. I understand you are a busy man, but would be most appreciative of any information you could give us. If you know of any other places where we might learn about the abbey's history, we'd appreciate it. Thank you for your help and consideration. Thank you for your help, Magdalene. Esther. Please forgive me for not running sooner. Christ, I don't even know where to begin, honestly. The whole world seems to be crumbling around me. Even as my last letter was en route to you, Dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy he can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stoltz said he's not going to recover. It's only just a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. Of course, our good doctor is incompetent and a known drunkard, so he's been of little additional help. I can only pray that between resting and my ministrations, Dad can at least be comfortable. I have no idea who could have wanted to attack my father, or why. I found a note by him, too. All it said was, "Stop." It wasn't written from the shop because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. No one in Tassing has such skill in script, as far as I know. And anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. I've had my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely. I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. They made a fuss about my being too young, not experienced enough, not strong enough to be on the scaffold. You know how it is. I suppose I shouldn't have expected any better of them. Working on the mural has been a welcome distraction from my naysayers and my chores, and worrying about Dad. Altz has been coming under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints, too. I wish he'd stop. He's not subtle, and his flirting is annoying. I'd like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas if I can. I just want to finish it in time for Dad to see it. It would mean so much to him. If Dr. Stoltz is right, I don't know how long I'll have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love. Magda. Translation trouble. Bedtime. Sending letters so we wait a billion years. Mistress Druckerin, a few more letters for you. Take care. Thank you, sir. Safe travels. The first letter is from Reverend Matthew. Mistress Druckerin, I was not acquainted with your family during my years at Curacao. Even so, I remember your father was one of the townsfolk who prevented the peasantry from burning us alive. I am not overly inclined to assist the people of Tassing in their endeavors to catalogue the origins of the abbey they destroyed. However, it was a long time ago. In the interest of posterity and Christian charity, I will tell you what I recall. Some time after the Romans left, Christians settled in the region and built Curacao Abbey on the ruins of a fortress. The abbey was founded by a noblewoman of the Curacao family. She was both its patron and its first abbess. Perhaps 2 centuries ago, Curacao changed to being run by an abbot. I do not know the reason, but many other double monasteries did likewise around the same time. It may have been done out of fear of being shut down, as double monasteries were frowned upon by the Pope. Sadly, that is the extent of my knowledge. Your neighbors put any other records about the abbey to the torch. Sic artistit historia Circes. Thus burned the history of Curacao. While we cannot change the past, I have heard that the Sisters of Poor Clares have formed a new chapter at the abbey. I can only hope that their love apostolic poverty has not driven them to impoverish the shrine of St. Moritz. Assuming they have not consigned the contents of Curaçao's former occupants to a bonfire, you may find something there. I hope this has been of some help to you and yours. May God keep you and protect you. The most revered Matthew Fausny So, Archdeacon of Sion. Ah, another reply from Esther. Oh, Magdalene. I'm terribly sorry to hear about your father. My parents send their deepest condolences. If we can provide you anything from Prague, you need only send word. I know we are further away than is easy to travel, but I will see what we can do, what Hashem allows. Father says that he remembers no one who would want to harm your father. Yet the night I was born, he remembers great strife in town. Perhaps there is old blood over depicting the night of the revolt? That is all he could suggest. We pray for you and your father every day in our offerings. Hashem will make all things right in time. He will exact justice on the culprit. I'm encouraged to hear that town council let you continue the mural at all. The guilds here would protect your right to complete a job, especially once a contract has been reached. You give the men of council too much grace. Why should you be forced to settle for their old ways of thinking? We live in a new age. An age where art and science have come together. An age when all may read the works of great sages in their own language. Truly, when your father recovers, I urge you to come visit me in Prague. But I'm glad you found some joy in your work on the mural. We are all well here. Elisha has been carving a set of wood cuttings, and father agreed to a new contract with the university. I found Simond. His family didn't move far away after all. He's planning on working as a doctor in the city once the expulsion order ends. His parents have been meeting with mother and father quite often now. I hope that I'll be sending good news in my next letter. With Hashem's help, please inform us of your father's condition in your next letter. Be well, Esther. That's all the letters I have for now. I should head home and check on Dad. Dad, are you dead yet? Doesn't seem like it. Warner was supposed to come check on Dad today. I wonder where he is. When Tilla Spoongil pretended to be a doctor, at least he showed up and his patients felt better. What's Werner's excuse? Maybe I should try to find him later. Good morning, Magdalene. Good morning, Dad. Feeling any better? Your fever broke at dawn this morning. A little stronger. All things in time. Do you want anything to eat before I leave for the day? I'm working on the next section of the mural today. I'm not so hungry right now. I'll be all right. Your letter from the Archdeacon. Yes, that's right. What did you learn from him? You seemed sad over what happened during the revolt, hesitant to tell me anything. He did say the abbey was founded by a noblewoman after the Romans left. Everything else was burned in the fire. How unfortunate. I know the brothers kept careful records of the monastery. So much lost in one night. The Archdeacon did suggest that poor Clares may have held on to some of the records from the convent. I should be able to learn more about Tassing's Christian history there. An excellent place to start, Magdalene. Sister Gertrude doesn't come out of the convent much, but I think it's worth asking her. Maybe Father Thomas knows something too. I should talk to him. If I recall correctly, the miller's wife has a long family history in Tassing. She may know something of the local history that others may have forgotten. Elsie? I thought she moved here when she married. She doesn't have any relatives in town. Not anymore. Age, illness, and marriage took the rest of her family. But the Caviezels used to live all up and down this valley. Go talk to her. I will. Thanks, Dad. Maybe something remained in the Abbey's ruins. I should definitely see what's left. Magdalene, you be careful. Those ruins are dangerous. I won't go far into them, Dad, just to take a look. Alright, wear a scarf, too. It's getting cold out now. I can feel it in my old bones. Don't worry, Dad. I'll see you tonight, alright? Alright, good luck. Alright, so we want to talk to Elsie. And then, let's see. Alright, so, poor Claire's. Father Thomas. And then Elsie. And then I need to find somebody to... I need to find somebody to help me read the Historia Tassiae. I need to find Werner. And find out why the fuck he's not helping my dad out right now. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. The hell is all this? Hey Magdalene, come to admire a well-chiseled craftsman at his best. Oh, where? I can't see one. Ouch. I suppose I stepped into that one. Have you come to see the repairs I've been doing then? Tell the truth, it's not going as well as I'd hoped. What seems to be the issue? I assumed I'd hit a snag either. I'd hit a snag either when it came to the store or the tools or my lack of artistic skill. But it's more than that. It's like in my head. I can't see the right way. Besides, my dad wants me to help out on the farm more. I want to be there, but Grandpa taught me everything about the craft. He really wanted me to succeed, and I do enjoy the work. It's as if I can talk to the stone, you know? Not literally, but I can see how lines of tension flow through the rock. I understand how to form one thing from the other, how to create, make something that lasts. Grandma even offered to sponsor an apprenticeship under a master stonemason. Dad will support me either way, but I still feel like I'm pulled both directions at once, you know? Agnes is offering craft a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. With the right master, he could really make something of himself. He should go. His family will be all right without him, right? If you can support your family and it makes you happy, it's the right choice. When you say it, it sounds the most reasonable way, doesn't it? But I still can't get away from the doubts. No one can fully escape their doubts, but don't let that stop you. God, I wish I had your confidence and fortitude. Did you learn all that from Klaus? Christ, this is hard. I don't know what to do. I think you should take the apprenticeship. Oh, okay. It's better than staying in Tassing, right? I don't know, I like it here, and I have enough experience from Grandpa to keep it going. Well, I'm sorry that I told people that you were spying on Artemis. Fuck. Besides, if I'm gone, there'll be no one to look after the town's stone. The church's foundation is in serious condition, and who's to say there won't be another flood come spring? No, I think I should stay. I have to tell Grandma I've made up my mind soon. Well, thanks for listening to me, Magdalene. That's what friends are for, right? Well, work beckons. Father Temis asked me to reinforce the walls of the church. To be honest, I'd like to reuse stones from the ruins of the abbey, but Father Thomas forbids it, says it's unseemly. It's just quality stone going to waste. I don't get it. He's being meek, as he always is. I don't understand Father Thomas sometimes. Alright, stay well. Until later, Magdalene. Until then, Craft. Alright. There's Apollo. Hey, Magdalene. Oh, there he fucking is. Jesus Christ, man. Oh. Hey, wake up. Wake up, damn you. You were supposed to come check on Dad today. I don't have the strength to carry him home. I have to tell someone. Maybe Baltus. They're still on friendly terms. Naziu can help. Or Big York. He's strong. He can do it. Ugh, what a mess. I know Baltus actually likes him, so maybe he'll actually help out. I'd have to see York just, like, toss him somewhere. Hello, Baltus. Do you have a moment? Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? I came across a book about the history of Tassing and was hoping you to help me read it. Oh, no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. Naziu and I have our hands full preparing for the Christmas ale, you see. Of course. Sorry to bother you. Not at all. Apologies, I couldn't be of more help. Fuck. Hi, Naziu. Ciao, Magdalene. Hello, Naziu. How are you? I am well. The winter is approaching quickly, no? What is it you say here? Bertha pinching at your nose? Yes, that is the saying. Baltus has been explaining many of your funny Bavarian sayings to me. I must admit, they are rather charming, even if the language is a bit rough to my tongue. Will you be staying in Tassing long enough to learn more of our funny sayings? I should return to Genoa soon, but Baltus and I still have some business to conduct. It has taken longer than I anticipated to complete. His accounts are complex. I may be forced to remain in a few more weeks. Dio, who knows? I pray, it must be difficult for you to be so far from home for so long. Baltus has made me most welcome, so I'm in no particular rush. I only wish to return to Genoa before any heavy snowfall, otherwise my journey will take twice as long. I'll let you get back to work then. Grazie, Magdalene. Until later. Alright, I'll talk to Big York then. Big York, can you fucking manhandle this asshole? Just really, like, throw him around. Hey, Magdalene. Can I help you with something? I found Dr. Stoltz passed out drunk by the bakery, sleeping in a ditch. Again? For Christ's sake, it happening occasionally is fine, but the man can't hold his beer. To be blunt, even occasionally doesn't seem proper to me. Man just sometimes has to unwind, relieve the burden of responsibilities. In any case, I'll take him home. No need to worry, Magdalene. Okay. Thanks, Big York. I'll go talk to the nuns, I guess. It should be my first stop. There was a mass release of frogs from the tabernacle on Sunday Mass while the whole town was in attendance. Okay. Alright. Sister Gertrude. Or, I think Sister Gertrude is really my only... That fucked up off beer. I know, right? Guy's crazy. Okay, Sister Gertrude, Father Thomas, and Elsie. Hi, Artemis. Hello, Magdalene. Alright, so I go to the mill to talk to Elsie. Hi, Paul. Burning up with envy. Had to, like, half a bottle of rum today and didn't even get a buzz. Well, you know, you gotta give yourself time to, like, rest and recover to, like, undo your resistance. How's the mural coming along? I'm making good progress. I've started working on the history of the saints today. Good, good. Tassing is a pilgrimage town, after all. What sort of mural are you creating, Magdalene? I believe Klaus was planning on a fresco. I'll start with the intonatio, then paint the fresco over it so that I have clear consistency. Well, that makes sense. I see. You have enough plaster. The Rathouse wall is so large I was worried it wouldn't stay wet for long. Since when did the town miller know so much about art? It's been an interest of mine since childhood, but my father disapproved. After my mother and I left Tassing, we stayed with her family for a few months before we heard what happened. Your father's friend, Andreas, he encouraged me to draw. While we were away, I studied in my uncle's library. I've collected books about various art styles since we returned. I had no idea, Paul. Why didn't you want to paint the mural yourself? I'm not nearly as skilled as you or your father. I know I had my doubts about you taking on the project, Magdalene, but you're the most skilled artist in Tassing. After your father, of course. Ah, well, anyway, I'm glad the mural's going well. Forgive my sudden questioning about it. I've been so busy preparing for the council's next meeting, I haven't had as much time with Anna as usual. Oh, so Anna's with Paul. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't put together who Anna was. She says I get a bit frantic when I'm overwhelmed. Is the council working on something new? We're considering yearly maintenance checks on every house in Tassing. The idea's had quite a bit more pushback than we'd anticipated. I can understand the utility of the proposition, but it might feel like a nuisance. Precisely. That's the issue we've run into. This would help protect those in Tassing who don't have the skill to fix things themselves. Widows like Agnes or Gret. But without instituting for the whole town, we can't enforce the proposition. In any case, the matter is far from resolved. I imagine spring will come before anything is actually done. I had better get back to work. Thank you for letting me interrupt your day, Magdalene. God bless you. Until later, Paul. Magdalene, dear, what brings you up the hill? Dad was telling me your family's been in Tassing for hundreds of years. Oh, is this for the mural? It would be a pleasure to see the Muellers featured in the Rathouse. I like his text. Yeah, it's pretty good. Font or whatever. Yeah, it's different for everybody, which I think is very cool. It's just like how they write. They've been a pillar of Tassing for generations, though I'm afraid I only know a little bit about them. And much of that I've heard from others. Lenhart didn't care to talk about the past. I meant your family, the one you were born to. Your name was Caviezel, wasn't it? Oh. Not a soul in town is asking about my family in years. I was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. I'm not surprised your father remembers the Caviziels. He was sweet on my sister before he met your mother. I'm the last of us left now. Is that a local name? I should think so. My grandfather told me the Caviziels have been lived in Tassing for hundreds of years. Perhaps even 1,000. though it seems impossible to imagine a time so long ago. Were they Romans? No, no, the Caviezells were part of the old people, the original Bavarian people. They helped to resettle Tassing after the Romans left. Built their new home right on the spot where they had been living when the Romans arrived. Interesting. Doesn't that seem unlikely to you? Oh, who can say? Why does a story need to be true? However true it may or may not be, it doesn't matter, Magda. It matters that I believe it, that it connects me to my ancestors. When I think of the ancient Caviezells driven from their land only to find it again and become Christians, they feel nearer to me. Do you understand? I think so. It's like when my dad tells me stories about courting my mom. I don't remember her face, but when he tells me about her smile, I can almost recall it. Yes, it doesn't matter whether you really remember. When I sing my sister's favorite songs to Ulrika, I may not know all the words anymore, but that's all right. Just as I may not know exactly how the Caviezells resettled Tassing. What matters is that I feel close to her, and them, even though they are so far from me now. That is what stories are for, Magda. Now go on. You've got a mural to complete. Thank you, Elsie. You've given me much to consider. God bless you, Magdalene. Hi, Anna. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Anna. How are you? Oh, keeping busy. There's always plenty to do around the house. How's the mural coming? Paul mentioned your progress is quite impressive. I'm making steady progress. I think I'll be finished just before the new year. Oh, how wonderful! I'll have to bring Andreas and Ulrika by sometime to see your progress. We won't get in your way, of course. I'm sure they'd love to learn about the process. You're all more than welcome, but watch your step. There's plaster everywhere. I've mixed up a new batch to keep the wall moist. It's hard to maintain the right texture when it's so cold out. Oh, I can imagine. I had a similar problem when I helped my mother in the bakery. Rolling dough in winter was such trouble. We had to throw out so many batches that wouldn't rise. I think it's nice they named their kid for Andreas. Yeah. I think that's probably just because, like, he encouraged Paul. Well, I chose to have him encourage Paul to keep drawing. And, you know, I wasn't mean to Anna either, by any means. You know, I was a real rascal back in the day. Skipped on working with my parents more times than I can count. So it wasn't Big Jorg who was the troublemaker? Interesting that it's got the old picture of Big Jorg. Oh no, Jorg has always been more hardworking than me. I was a thief and a scoundrel. It started with cakes from my mother's table, still hot from the oven. Soon it was silverware, mugs, trinkets I found around town. Ulrika's little hat once even belonged to Andreas Mahler, your father's friend. I stole it from his head. Of course, stealing is against the Lord's commandments. So my father would make me return everything if I hadn't eaten it already and marched me to the church to pray. Father Thomas grew accustomed to seeing me more often than Sunday mornings. I guess you got tired of saying Ave Marias? That was part of it. I grew out of the habit over time. I think I started to see why my parents had such a devotion to the Lord. Stealing was my way of acting out. But when the troubles started in town, I realized that my thieving wasn't doing any good. I decided I'd rather honor my father and mother as God commands. It gives me grace with Andreas and Ulrika on the hard days, and with the rest of the town, too. I think Ulrich would be proud. Her father was that guy with a lot of integrity. Oh, yeah. That guy who got shot by Paul's dad. Thank you, Magdalene. That means more than you know. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you have plenty of mural work to do. I'll see you later, Anna. I didn't notice that. Well, I was just letting you know. Or, I mean, I guess. But sure. Yeah. I didn't upload it, I guess. Or I didn't unprivate it. I thought I uploaded it. What a total asshole. It was a mistake, but he was trying to shoot someone. So, like, not that forgivable. Alright, so I talked to Elsie. Let's see. And then I want to talk to Sister Gertrude. Didn't pet Stooths. How do you pronounce that? Stooths? But it's still so beautiful here, Martha. One more moment. Alright, take your time. She appears to be in, like, a different art style. Oh, hello, Magdalene. Dad, look who it is. I think it's, like, 2S? Stoos? Maybe? She might be English? Maybe. Like Vice. Oh. So, yeah, Stoos. Stoose? Good morning, Mistress Druckren. Hello, Martha. Carl, how are you today? I don't usually walk around town. November hasn't grown too cold yet. Dr. Stoltz says Dad needs to keep using the leg or the pain will get worse. And I'm getting old. So this must be a statue of Mars, is what this is. Not so old you can sit around at home telling stories. You listen to your daughter, Carl. You young girls think you're my keeper. Is that it? I've always been your keeper, Dad. No arguments from me there. I like your spoon. You're in a good mood today, I see. Plenty of reason to be. Casting never ceases to be beautiful to me. Isn't the meadow a wondrous sight, even in this season? On days the Lord strengthens me, I like going a bit higher up the mountains. Used to admire the view with Anton from there. Ah, Anton, my poor boy. It's alright, Dad. I'm sorry, Carl. It's not your fault, Magdalene. Just a babe, then. I can't... It's my fault that he died. It's not, Dad. You know it's not. He shouldn't have been with me that night. He shouldn't have... I was a fool. Gabby was engulfed in flames. The heat, you wouldn't believe it, seared the hair off my eyebrows. I was bleeding. Anton tried to drag me out of the fight. Anton. Oh, he was that kid that we talked to. He was a good kid. Then that godforsaken Landsknecht stepped between us. I hope he burns in hell. I can't even imagine what that was like. I still think of my mother every day. Nothing can make up for a loss like that. I pray I'll see him in death. Dad, it's not good for you to dwell on these memories. I know. Permit an old man his weaknesses. How old were you during the revolt, Martha? 7 or so. I didn't understand what was happening. Someone brought Dad home in the middle of the night. It was dark, confusing. There was screaming outside. Mom and a couple of men who brought Dad in were trying to patch up the wound, but it wouldn't stop bleeding. She kept shouting, "Where's Anton? Where's Anton?" There was blood on the floor. You cried so much you threw up. We couldn't get you to stop. I couldn't understand where Anton had gone. Dad tried to explain, but... Martha, my dear, enough of that. I'm so sorry. How'd you go on? Did I? I don't know. Some nights I think I'm there still. The Abbey is always burning. My Helena passed not long after. I was left alone with Martha to care for. I had to keep going for Martha, and somehow my daughter grew into a wonderful woman despite it all. I suppose that was all Helena's doing. Dad. if I'm any good, it's because of you. Thank you for telling me about that night, Carl, Martha. Time doesn't heal, Magdalene, but it does dull the ache. It's time we continued with the walk, Dad. Yes, dear, I'm feeling much more alive now. You will, you two. I should talk to the priest first, because I don't want to have to run all the way back here. Like, before I start digging through the abbey. Hey, man, what's up? God bless you, Magdalene. And God bless you, Father Thomas. Do you have a moment? Of course. What can I help you with? I wanted to ask you about Tassing's saints. I'd like to represent them in the Rathouse. I'm thrilled to hear it. The saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the murals. Empty-ass church. Yeah, it's not Sunday. Nobody gives a fuck. No, not as a centerpiece. Simply as part of Tassing's history. Of course, I consider our saints to be central to Tassing's history. Kiersau's too. But, you know, there's one saint you're overlooking. Contemplate this. Why, the Blessed Virgin, of course. Mary. Yeah, but she doesn't have anything to do with Tassing specifically. There's no pews or anything. No, people just sit on the floor. When they went in for confession, they were just kneeling. Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint. Yes, but she doesn't have anything to do with Tassing. And she visited one of the peasants here in Tassing centuries ago. Okay, so there's that's something. What? Really? It's true. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the Bishop of Freising that she had appeared. The peasant traveled down to Freising, but the bishop would not see or hear him. That's not a short trip. It certainly is not, but the peasant had received a holy vision. What else could one do in the face of a divine revelation? Shrug. The peasant returned to Tassing and had another vision in the field. The Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark and bring the drawing to the Bishop of Freising. The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands. It was the same image that the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with the peasant, who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen here in Tassing. The bishop was moved by the peasant's story, and he came here to Tassing. The bishop came here. He did. It's the only time the bishop has come to Tassing. And when the bishop came, Mary appeared to the both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. I had no idea that's where all this came from. It's not a story I tell much anymore. I suppose the people here think of Moritz and Satie, their connections to this place. Mary is such a core part of their prayers that they forget about our particular Mary. But in any case, Our Lady's demands were clear, so the bishop helped fund the creation of this church. The people of Tassing have been using it ever since. I think if I include the saints in the mural, I'll place Our Lady among them. I think that's a most excellent idea, Magdalene. It will help reinforce Our Lady's presence in the minds of the faithful. A worthy addition to the story and devotion of our people. Thank you for the story, Father Thomas. Have I convinced you to include the saints prominently in the mural? I'm still considering it. Well, if deliberation fails you, perhaps you will find that prayer gives you greater clarity. God bless you in your work, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. I mean, the labyrinth would be neat to include. I don't want to include just one saint, though. Especially not just Mary, because that's kind of generic. Moritz would be nice to include, but more than anything, I think Saint Satya is important to include, since she is more obscure. We gotta get Mousemonger in there? Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Just She's like, oh, I should talk to Sister Gertrude. It's like, yeah, that's why I came here. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, sister. I have a favor to ask you. Of course, Magdalene. I'll help however I can. I have a book, the Historia Tassiae, and I can't read it very well. Can you help me translate it? Oh, I'm afraid my Latin isn't good enough to translate something like that. Its grammar structures are far too complex. I'm sorry, Magdalene. That's all right, sister. I'll have to find another way. There was one more thing, if you don't mind. It's about the Rathaus mural. Oh, did you need more paint? I believe I have enough galls stored away. No, thank you, sister. I have more than enough paint. Oh, I actually wanted to ask you about the history of Curacao. The garden? Yeah. It is winter, after all. Stuff doesn't really grow. I'd like to include the Abbey's founding in the history of tassing saints to the Rathaus mural. I wrote to Reverend Matthew, since he lived at the Abbey, but wanted to see the place firsthand. Ah, Brother Matthew became a reverend, didn't he? He always suited such a role. But I don't suppose that's what you came up the hill for. You're curious about the saint's history, yes? Yes, I was hoping you could show me around the convent and tell me about its history. The poor Clares don't allow the outsiders within the convent, even other women. I get good meows on the first try. Most people do. Teeps just get some extra ones. Mother Francisco wouldn't like anyone coming in for such a worldly concern. That old bag! I understand. However, Mother Francisca always welcomes those who are considering joining the order. If a young woman sincerely considered joining the convent, she might be allowed to enter and observe the sisters. Who knows what else she may discover while contemplating the holy life? I've always been drawn to your veil, sister. There's something about the fashion. Touring the convent will take some time. Would you like to go see Mother Francisca now? Not right now. That's a good idea, though. It's always a good idea to lie to nuns and misrepresent your intentions so that you can learn about history. I should check out the Shrine to St. Moritz. But I want to dig through this a little bit. Hi, son of Mousemonger. I love you, son of Mousemonger. I guess we're gonna go in if I can't dig through the Abbey. Mother Francisca, I'd like to introduce Magdalene Druckrin. The printer's daughter, yes. God bless you, Magdalene. Father Thomas told us of your father's condition, and we pray for his recovery daily. Oh, thank you, Abbess. Such is our duty to serve the Lord and community that provides for us. Now, what's this about? Sister Gertrude, you know our holy rules. Why bring young Miss Druckrin to me? Forgive me, Mother. Magdalene is searching for a place in the world and is contemplating the holy life. I thought observing the sisters might aid her in her spiritual search. She was encouraged by the idea. Right. Yes. I wonder that you've never come up to the Abbey before, Mrs. Druckrin. I came up here yesterday. Well, I guess it wasn't yesterday. It was like 2 months ago. But, like, you know. If God is calling you to the convent, I am more than willing to help you fulfill that divine cause. What brought this change on? Why are you interested in joining the Poor Clares? I had a holy vision. Well, if I become a sister, I won't have to marry, which is far better than being stuck bearing kids for the rest of my life. Magdalene, I do not encourage such a reason for joining the order. Remember, the Lord commanded man to be fruitful and multiply. However, I understand if the Lord brings you to the convent for such a reason. Some women are born barren. If you truly desire the holy life, then you are more than welcome to observe the sisters. Please, come. I'm happy to tell you more of our order. I mean, damn, if you have pretty nuns, easy shit. Of course, I won't be able to print anything because they're sworn to be poor as hell. But you know, our small convent used to be part of the larger Kirsau double monastery, as I'm sure you've been told by Sister Gertrude. However, the poor Clares live far differently than the Benedictines that once lived here. We believe that it is not ours to produce, and live solely on the alms of the community of Tassing as these see fit to give. Likewise, none of the sisters here own any personal property. We share this convent as a gift from the church. We believe that the Lord called us into a life of poverty and service. Does such a life appeal to you, Magdalene? I'm not entirely certain yet. I'd like to explore and look around, get a feel for the place. Magdalene, you must not have understood me. We have deliberately closed ourselves off from the world. I won't have a laywoman bothering the sisters from their duties or disturbing our rule. You also probably can't plow with Francie here. Well, yeah. But she's not always in the same room. However, I will allow Sister Suzanne to show you our duties. Please take your time. Does Sister Suzanne like women? When you have finished, please come find me, and we will discuss your decision to join. Finally, I thought she'd never finish. What? Truthfully, I'm not here to join the convent. I'm looking for references for a mural I'm painting in the Rathaus. Why would you tell her this? You can't dodge her for that long. You can dodge her while you're having intimate Why would you say that? I didn't choose to say that. She was like, yeah, whatever. Fuck that bitch. Anyway, we're gonna look around. Do you want to come with me or not? Where are we going first? The convent has many parts. The kitchen, the aquarium, the chapter house, the yard, and the old workshop. Though no one uses that old shed anymore. I'll leave it to you to decide where to go first. Courtyard. Oh, Margaret. God bless you, Magdalene. I wonder if that's Mousefonger. Kitchen. Oh, I know the kitchen has a fucking entrance to the old Roman ruins. This is the kitchen. There's not anything that interesting here. Sister Marie and Sister Lisabo take care of most of the kitchen's duties, as everyone pitches in when needed. I know there's Roman ruins below this. You can't trick me. That's where the Roman ruins are. You don't even have a box over it anymore. God bless you, child. Are you delivering something? Oh, I'm considering joining the convent, so Mother Francisca graciously allowed me to visit with you. Hallelujah. Glory and praise be to God. You've brought such joy to me this day, child. I haven't actually joined yet, sister. Do you have a strong stomach? Perhaps you can help Sister Isbo and me in the kid. Isabo? Isabo? What? And me in the kitchens. I enjoy preparing meals for the sisters that nourish us, but I can never bring myself to butcher the animals. Sister Isbo has graciously taken on that task for me. We need sustenance, but I feel butchering any animal is wrong according to the rule of St. Francis. Isabo? This feels weird to say. To cause suffering to any living creature is unnecessary and evil, even if God granted Adam and Eve dominion over the animals. Well, I mean, if you butcher them properly, they don't feel much pain. You go straight for the spinal cord. Just like, whack. The kitchen seems fairly simple. Is there anything here from the convent's founding days? No more than the structure itself, I'm afraid. Cookware needs replacing over the years. Though some nights a ghost appears to me by the cook fire. A lost spirit trapped between heaven and hell. No, it's just somebody coming out of the out of the fucking grate. Sister Marie, not this again. Not to Magdalene, please. What made you think you saw a spirit, sister? The figure rose up through the very ground we stand on at the vigils, not a fortnight ago. You mean right there? Dawn and dusk are the hours when the boundaries between this world and the spiritual world are weakest. We may be the newest arrivals here, but this convent is very old. Perhaps there was something Roman underneath this foundation centuries before. There was. The spirit may seek to know the presence of God now that it rests on holy ground. A Roman spirit might be a great addition to the mural. I really think it must have been something else, sister. It breaks my heart to think that this spirit was crying out for help, trapped beyond heaven's reach. Why don't we keep going, Magdalene? It's better not to get Sister Marie too upset. Of course. God bless you, sister. God bless you, child. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, sister. How goes the cooking? As well as the Lord wills it. My old fingers fumble from time to time, but it is my privilege to prepare supper for the other sisters. Have you ever played Ys? No, I haven't, but I believe Holiday does. I believe Holiday the Fool does have a special copy, or just like a regular copy. She has a special copy of Eve, not Ys, which is a different game. But I think she does have a copy. That's very noble of you. Just as God gave Paul a thorn in his side, so too did he give me the pains of age to strengthen my faith. Such things are a blessing when compared to the pains Christ carried upon the cross. RPG where you just walked into enemies and bounced off each other until someone died. But didn't Christ die so that we don't have to suffer unnecessarily? In the next life, yes, but even Christ said we would face hardships while we live on this earth. I have chosen to find meaning and devotion to the Lord through my hardship. Thank you for sharing your perspective with me, sister. You are most welcome, child. God bless you. See, that's the courtyard. Chapel. Is this the aquarium? Here's the aquarium. Most of the Abbey's visitors come in here, but aren't allowed to enter. We aren't allowed to go into the outside world either. Like Mother Francisca said, isolation is part of our vows. Sister Gertrude once told me the old Benedictine sisters used to go out in town sometimes and even talk to men on occasion. And I'm stuck here, staring at these walls for the rest of my life. Doesn't seem like Sister Suzanne thinks much of her life here. I can't blame her. Even so, she doesn't seem to have the passion that Sister Gertrude and the others have. She hates her life here so much, maybe I should encourage her to leave the order. Better to leave while she has a future ahead of her. After all, there are plenty of young men in Bavaria who'd make good husbands. Why are you thinking about marriage? I have made you to hate marriage. Still, there may be some reason she chose to stay. I don't want to overstep my bounds. You didn't always want to be a poor Clare, sister? Ha! No. Who would want to be a nun? Lots of people? My father promised me to the church as a baby. Some oath he swore when my mother struggled in her pregnancy. So there I was, dropped into the poor Clares the summer I turned 17. I'm so sorry. No one should be forced into a life they don't want. We daughters are born to bear our family's legacy. Between our legs or on our backs, it doesn't matter. My family is something that devoted to the church. I've only been in the convent for 2 years, but I'm trying my best. I don't mind the prayers or the hours, and I'm sure of my devotion to the Lord, but this isn't what I wanted. But since when did a woman ever get what she wanted without being punished? Eve couldn't even manage it. We can only do the best we can. I pray one day it'll be different. Maybe, but we certainly won't ever live to see it. Sometimes I get jealous of Sister Gertrude and even Sister Margaret. At least they got to see something of the outside world before they were 20. You're protected from the plague and the Protestant rebels. It's a good life. I think you're lucky you don't have to deal with boys. Fuck them. Don't forget Matilda and Woslav. They used to be part of Curacao, too. Oh yeah, them too. Thanks for listening, Magdalene. Anyway, let me show you the rest of the cloister. Lead on. I wish I was protected from the Protestant rebels. Fuck, I mean, those Protestant rebels, they're always fucking getting up to shit, aren't they? Oh, hi, Gertrude. This is the chapel, where we all gather for Mass and liturgy. It's the oldest part of the convent. And the most drafty. Hello again, Sister Gertrude. The sisters have done some minor retouches over the years, but it has represented the abbey from its earliest days. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there's still the tower in the library. The cloister is still being constructed here. Yes, the tower was a Bergfried? Freestanding defensive tower. Interesting. Long before the structure became a monastery. The duchy gifted it to the Benedictine order after the Holy Roman Empire grew. They had no use for it as a keep. These walls have protected Tassing from attacks of spirit and steel for generations. There's some Latin here too, but I can't read it very well. God called Lady Sabine to lead our sisters and brothers in 2061. Lord Cursao's castle was destroyed by fire in the year of the death of our Emperor Frederick II. Only the tower remained. Thank you, Sister Suzanne. Yes, the first lists the abbey's founding date. The Lady Curacao was actually the one who suggested the old castle be turned into a double monastery. 2061. Did I say 2061? We added the second shortly after the revolt. Mother Illuminata thought it would be fitting. Even if the sisters were not here, some record of what occurred would remain. Curacao is unique. A double monastery with 2 saints, 1 male and 1 female, to guard the town and the abbey. It was like 1621 or some shit. Fascinating to think that even before the Duke gifted it to the church, the fortification was founded by St. Moritz. 1261? Oh, that's why I said 20, because I reached for 12 and I got 20 instead. The saints have a long history in these lands. Many things once thought lost are truly foundational to how we live. You were right, sister. This mural would be a great reference for the Rathaus. That I'm glad to have helped. God bless you, Magdalene. And I guess we'll go to the courtyard now. It's colder today. There's not much in the yard that could help you, I think. Anything that was here has long been covered in weeds. All I know about this place is that the halls were added when the convent was built in the monastery. Oh, she's pulling water, but she has to keep knocking it against here because it keeps freezing. Oh, God bless you, Sister Benedicta. Sister Suzanne, God bless you. Ugh, this ice is hard. Do I recognize you, Sister Benedicta? I think I've seen you in town once or twice. Yes, you'd have seen her. Sister Benedicta is the youngest of the sisters. Mother Francisca allows only one sister to deal with the townsfolk. Benedicta received this privilege. Burden, more like. I have to run around everywhere, gathering all the food and doing all the chores. I'd rather be inside, where it's warm. What are you doing up in the convent, anyway? Snooping! I'm considering joining the Poor Clares, actually. Oh, you are? It would be nice to have another new face around. Don't let me keep you. Actually, Sister Benedict, I wanted to ask you some questions. Do you like being a nun? Oh, yes, I don't mind it at all. It's far quieter than home, and I don't have to share my bed with my siblings anymore. I like to help the older sisters, and I don't mind the chores, except when it's cold like this. One more question, Sister Benedicta. Have you seen any mysterious figures or ghosts lately? Have you seen a spooky sighting? Ghosts? No, everything has been normal recently. I haven't noticed anything odd. Is this about Sister Marie's ghost? I think it's Meridius myself. Oh no. Who? Meridius. Don't tell Mother Francisca this, but I found an old book about Christian legends hidden in the workshop. It said that a Roman commander named Meridius conquered Tassing, but the colony failed. Most of the town was empty until Christian refugees found the town hidden in the valley. It was a miracle. I wonder if this is a different retelling of St. Moritz saving Tassing. Oh, maybe. I don't remember if the book mentioned any saints. The Latin was hard to read. Anyway, when Sister Marie said she saw a ghost, I thought it might be Meridius trying to get us out. A Roman ghost couldn't be happy about his tower being turned into an abbey, could he? What did you do with this book, Sister? Oh, well, I had it with me in the kitchen one day, and I accidentally laid the fire poker on it. Oh my god! Oh my god, it must be completely destroyed! I tried to fix it, but it's unreadable now. Sorry, Magdalene. I suppose it's better that the book got some use before it was lost forever. Besides, the story gives me ideas for the Rathouse mural. Thanks for telling me about the book, Sister. I won't tell Mother Francisca. God bless you, Sister. Thanks, Magdalene. God bless you. Convent Art Studio! Sick! You guys don't spend time in here? This place is sick! The workshop is covered in dust! Yes, this was the Benedictine sisters' workshop. They used to make badges and art for pilgrims coming to see the Hand of St. Moritz. Looks like everything was just left here after the fire. Nothing's been used in years. We can't subsist on painting, and the Poor Clares don't produce goods for sale, so we have no reason to be in here. But art allows us to find beauty in life. Even Christ said the Father clothed the lilies of the field, and just because art isn't essential to survival means you can't do any kind of painting? That sounds horrible. We have other ways to make art. Singing, telling stories, things like that. But yes, the workshop is off limits. Mother Francisca doesn't let us come in here, unless to put something in storage. I've come in a few times and noticed some of the brushes have gone missing. Paint pots, too. You think one of the sisters is secretly painting? Oh, God, no. We all live too close together in the convent for something like that to go unnoticed. In any case, I think it's sad the workshop is left like this. Truthfully, Magdalene, I don't think you should join the convent, even if it's not what you were here to do anyway. Gertrude talks about you, and you seem to love your art. Without it, you'd hate it here. That's so fucking true. Like, you guys aren't allowed to do art? Fuck off. Such valuable paint left to dry and crack on the palettes. There's an old parchment scrap here. It's different from the others. This looks like a scrap from a manuscript. There's something written in Latin in the margin. It says, the Mithrathum of Tassing had been destroyed by a flood. Mithraeum? It's the same word I saw in the Roman section of the mine. Why would someone have written that in the margins of a manuscript? And where's the rest of the book? I don't know. I thought all the books had burned in the library during the old revolt. The script is definitely German. I wonder if this book written in Curacao itself. Well, wherever the book ended up, it's not here. Yeah, so the Mithraeum is definitely the place in the forest that I found. These old badges are beautiful. I hope the pilgrims who bought them love them too. Well, you've seen the entire convent. There's not much here. What do you think of it? I can see why people choose the holy life, but it's not for me. Not without art. I think the Mithraeum is like a mint? Maybe. I understand. You've dedicated your whole life to your work. You'd struggle to give that up now. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone from outside the convent. I'm reminded of the life I once had. Now you have me thinking about whether or not I should remain with the sisters. I think you should go. Okay. Agreed that being forced into a convent is wrong. But she hated that I brought up Matilda and Woslav, who are the only people who have left. I thought that would encourage her. But I guess because they were fucking before they left the convent, she's like, that's not cool. You can't do that. Your family just left you here. You don't owe the sisters anything. I do, though. The sisters have taken care of me. They love me, and I love them. Even if this life wasn't my choice, they accepted me. Who knows? Maybe it will get better in time. Maybe. I'll try to help in any way I can, even if it's just sneaking around the convent wall to say hello. Really? That would be wonderful. So long as no one found out. Anyway, we should return to Mother Francisca before she suspects something. I learned a lot today. Thank you for showing me around the convent. No, thank you, Magdalene. Today's been more interesting than any I can remember in this abbey. Come, let's find Mother Francisca. She'll be wanting to hear what you thought of the place. Well, Magdalene, what's your assessment of the poor Clares? Is the good Lord calling you to a life with us as a sister? I think I prefer my books in printing, and in any case I need to finish the mural. Then I might take over for my father. I see. Be careful that this mural does not become an idol for you, Magdalene. Just as Eve had a weaker will than Adam, you are liable to stumble on the fruit of temptation as well. Our community is quite modest compared to the splendor of an old Benedictine house operating under the rule of a powerful abbot. I see why fewer women are drawn to the order these days. Thank you for allowing me inside. You are most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. Ah, Magdalene, how did your little expedition go? I'm frustrated there's so little left of the old abbey and saints. But sister, there's something I don't understand. The abbey was so prosperous. Why didn't the monks rebuild it after the fire? What a task that would be. The chapel was beautiful. The stained glass always caught my eye in the mornings. There was a great deal of anger and sadness in Tassing that night. You ever wonder what you would do if you lived a long time ago? Yeah, sometimes. Mostly when I'm, like, playing historical stuff like this. I probably wouldn't have survived long, to be totally honest. But, you know, I would probably just end up being a cat, or, like, some kind of beast in the woods. The abbot felt the brothers and sisters were no longer welcome in Tassing, and moved on. In truth, the abbey's dissolution was inevitable. Curacao was running out of money and patrons. The riot and fire was simply a particularly awful and painful way to end the monastery. Did anything survive the fire? Some of the buildings are intact, but terribly overgrown. I haven't dared forage in the rubble. I doubt you'd find anything of help for your mural inside other than charred wood and parchment. It might still be worth taking a look if I'm careful. I worry after you sometimes, Magdalene, I really do. Thank you for all your help, Sister Gertrude. You're most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. Did you ever find out why they had no money despite taking, like, everything from the townspeople? Um, Part of it was because, Brother Guy was, sending, like, some of the money to Jewish refugees, which was very nice of him. But really, it just seemed like they were accustomed to a particular, lifestyle, and just couldn't, like, with less rich people coming in to commission things, they just tried to maintain that lifestyle by taking more and more from the townsfolk. Because it was clear that the monks were being very well fed. Or at the very least, the abbot was. But Brother Guy was skimming some off the top to send to help Jewish refugees. But that was not a whole lot. And there are, of course, taxes from the Empire, but I didn't learn anything about that, so I can't really speak to whether or not that, like, affected it that much. Of the devil rock hitting my head noise. Well, that was, I don't know. I did learn more about the founding of Curacao. And that illustration from the manuscript, the Mithraeum. It was like the one in the mine. Is it part of the history of the Abbey of Tassing? It must be written down somewhere. If only the library hadn't burned down with everything in it. The ruins are right there. Maybe not everything was destroyed. Yeah, I'm going in. Charge! Straight into the ruins. My god, this is amazing. I wonder what it must have looked like before the fire. Everything collapsed in the fire. I have to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh no, I can't get back up there. If I climb, it might collapse further. Mouse fongs you. Mouse fong only works on mouse. Joy. I'll have to find another way out. There's nothing left of the old staircase. I guess I can't go this way. These vines go all the way to the top, though. They look sturdy enough to hold my weight. Well, there's no other way out. I can see all of Tassing from here. I wonder if I can piece together the foundations of the Abbey and find a way to get to the library. I bet I could go down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. Does it? I know. Whenever judging, like, the stability of something, make sure to just look at it and be like, no, that's probably fine. The surface layer is the most important part when you're thinking about how stable something is. I remember when the library burned down. Dad told me I was just a baby, but I remember the flames coming out of the windows. So many people were screaming and running around. I cried myself to sleep that night. I hadn't seen this place since then. I hope Andres is just living in here somewhere. He's just living off of books. It doesn't look like there's anything left inside. Suppose it was too much to hope for. Well, Magdalene, how are you gonna get out of here? These roses seem to have made the Abbey their home. I'm glad something beautiful is still growing here. Rabbit. Fucking bony. These roses seem to have made the... Yeah, okay. The same thing as before. There's the cloister. And it looks like the path down out of the graveyard has been annihilated. It's that grave you didn't dig up. What do you mean? This one over here? We dug this one up. I wonder if there were always this many cats in the Abbey. Perhaps I can ask Woslav if he remembers during his time here. You made another person do it and just watched. Oh, that's true. It was really weird. I know. I think that cat's name was Staub. This place is a mess. How sad. Door's stuck. I can't get through this way. Oh. Oh, an old mural. But I can still see some of the figures. A Dance of Death? We've got some additions to the Dance of Death wall. So this is the Lord being stabbed. And this is, Farnek consorting with the devil. This is... somebody being, Otto being crushed? No, I think this is Otto being... Yeah, this is Otto being crushed. And then... this is, the woman at the inn, who I pointed the finger at. And then, this is everybody who died during the fire. Someone's been adding to this. This feels wrong. Who would add new figures to the Dance of Death, and why? These look like people from the town from here. People who died. That must be the Baron, and that's Otto. Wait, is that... Someone's here. Hello? Who are you? The door. Whoever's watching me must have opened it. I don't like this. I think I've seen everything left of the Abbey. I want to get out of here. Snowing already? The almanac said it shouldn't start for another week at least. I think we're in for a hard winter. I should get back to Rathaus and get to work. To the Rathaus! Magdalene. Dr. Stolz. So you're doing quick work with the mural, eh? I hope it doesn't make you sloppy. Well, I've rigged the scaffolding sheets so that enough air can flow through. That way, the layers dry quickly. Ah, yes, how very clever of you. In any case, the council wants to hear what you're doing. I've been researching the early Christian history of Tassing after the Romans left. Learning how people settled in the ruins, how the abbey was founded, why our saints are so important to us. It was a lot to take in, but I've settled on my subject. And... St. Moritz, St. Satya, and Our Lady of the Labyrinth. The saints would be nice. History, how it happens. Here, Lady Kirsau founding the abbey from the old Bergfried. Saint the Bavarians settling among the Roman ruins, starting the Christian history of Tassing. I think the Bavarians settling among the Roman ruins would be nice. You may find that ignoring the saints in favor of such a mundane portrayal of events is unwelcome. Even so, I suppose it is an important step in the history of Tassing. Remember, the mural isn't for your benefit, but to make Tassing look good. Nod. Good. After this section, there's still so much work to do. I haven't even figured out how I'm going to portray the revolt. Ah, yes. I imagine it poses difficulties that the other murals do not. It is a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the hearts of so many people here. I don't think anyone wants to talk about it. They've all just locked it away. It sounds like you have your work cut out for you. I'll leave you to it then. Oh, Dr. Stolz? Yes? Have you ever seen someone lurking around the Abbey? Or heard about it? I haven't been up to the Abbey in years, and no, I haven't heard anything like that. Why? I've seen someone following me a few times. No, I don't know anything about it. Now, if there's nothing else... Now, that sounds tough. Damn, that sounds tough. Sounds like you have a hard time ahead of you. Anyway. Asshole. No, good night, Dr. Stolz. Good night, Magdalene. Now I only have the final part of the mural to finish. How should I paint the revolt? Dad always talked about how the Archdeacon was the only one seeking justice those days. But what was his name? The only name I can remember is the name of the Archdeacon who came to Tassing when the Baron was killed. Jacob Estler. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt as an Archdeacon. I'll write to him and ask. And of course he'll need to write back to Esther, too. I'll write to them tonight before bed. Hey, wait a second. I got a note, didn't I? How did this get here? Yeah, there it is. Another stop. Stop. This is just like the note Dad found. Are they trying to scare me? If I don't stop, are they going to try to kill me next? I need to ask Dad about this. It can't be a coincidence. But he's been so weak, I don't want to upset him. I just need to wait for the right time. I hope there is a right time. Alright, writing. We're gonna write a letter, and then we're gonna end the stream. It's about that time. Alright, where to begin? I'll write to the Archdeacon, Jacob Estler, and see if he can tell me about the revolt. I'll write a letter to Esther, too. I hope the courier can make it through the passes before winter. Jacob Estler, formerly Archdeacon of Freising. My name is Magdalene Druckren. I am an artist in the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rothvogel's murder in Kiersau Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that the people in Tassing might not remember? Did you see any evidence that might suggest there was some sort of larger conspiracy at work? Thank you for any help you can give. Magdalene Druckrin. Dearest Esther, I hope you are well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Simund. And Elisha, too, of course, and your parents. It warms my heart to know that your family is doing so well. By the time this letter reaches you, I expect winter will have enfolded Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I've reorganized the workshops so the inks don't deteriorate. You have to worry about that in Prague. You've said it snows, but I always imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad's condition is so much worse, and he's in so much pain. Dr. Stolz has been, well, he's a useless asshole. But only God knows why he's such a bitter old man, but he's neglected Dad almost entirely. Snaps my nib, writing my congratulations for your combat marriage. I'm definitely not mad, and I'm super happy for you and this guy that you want to fuck so bad. Some days he just doesn't show up, and even if he does, he just snaps instructions at me and rushes off. I just wish I understood why. I worry about Dad. I've asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much we can do alone. He's not gonna make it, and there's nothing I can do. Christ, I'm scared, Esther. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing this figure around town. After I explored the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey ruins. Whoever it is, I'm sure it's not anyone from Tassing. But what do they want with me? It's the strangest thing, giving me a fright a few times. And I found a strange note left on my bed, matching the one I found by my dad after the attack. They both only read the word stop, like a warning. But stop what? The mural? I can't stop that now. What if the person following me is the one writing them? Why? What do they want? But I don't mean to worry you. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I think you'll be safe. The only good news I can share at the moment is that the mural is almost finished. Also, I did have the thought that the nun that is, like, entombed in the church is the thread puller, and her grave is, in fact, just a way that she's getting into the Roman ruins to, like, go around the town. I should hope to have it completed by Christmas, or soon after, before the new year at least. Then, perhaps, at long last, I shall be able to visit you, meet the Simund. Anyway, I fear that this will be my last letter of the year. The Reichspost has already been late, and reported worsening snows through the passes. We seem to be stepping into a harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family, and Simund. Yours always, Magda. We didn't even go that far forward. Alright. Sneeping. Imagine if I didn't turn, like, fucking douse all these candles, the whole house just goes out. It's like, fuck! If only we knew basic fire safety. Shit. Mistress Druckrin, only one letter for you today. Didn't even use any of those blankets, damn fucking blankets. I'm a printer. The pass is nigh impossible to traverse, and the heavy snow is hard on the horse and me. Anyway, happy Advent, my dear. Thank you. The same to you. Last save 2 minutes ago. Perfect. We're going to end the stream. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to figuring out what the hell is going on. And I hope you are too. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Bye-bye.